love this place!
Hey, man, is that
Double D?
Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening the refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren, right?
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement. Which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Like, please, like, we love him, but there's like 500 million of them.
The diversity that the characters need to have needs to reflect the gaming world now. The mix of people that are playing these games, you know, it's not, 13-year-old white boys held up in their basements. It's a very diverse crowd,
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
What's this? What's this? It's the jacket.
The jacket. Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg. It's a little bitty place. Otisburg. Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town. Yep. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks. 5, 4, 3. Great sandwich.
Just try and whack it. Yes, this is good. Again. That's it. And again. Try and breathe. Relax. That's it. Out the loop. Back up. Whoa.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Looks like we're coming through loud and clear. North of the Rockies. First one in.
Hitting it up.
PETA is all about the TPK, total pet kill. Ouch. Disco Barbarian giving us our intro. Yar dog brothers and sword sisters. Tough week. Your government hates you and now is being upfront about it. Yep. But let's chill for a couple of hours and get back to the fight afterwards. Exactly. Skull. And Hungar. You love socialism. You don't love socialism and femboys, Hungar. I know you better than that. Disco already in. Lost a lot of greats from our childhood this week. Yep. Let's take a moment to remember the great Charlie Hustle. An entire generation of little leaguers taught to play baseball like Pete. Yeah, it's a bummer.
And Dikembe the same day.
Dikembe Mutombo. Yep. And who was the third one? There's always a third.
There was.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let's just say
John Amos.
Yeah, John Amos
Yeah.
from Beastmaster.
And look at Nick's just hit it too.
Ah, there you go.
Yep.
Nix it. Yep, you're on it. You're on it, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Charlie, I tell you what, I think I said it on Razor Fist's post. Like Charlie Hustle, he'd have been just as home on a baseball field in 1915 as he was in 1981. He just the last of the true old school players, like, and all the good things, and I don't even want to say bad, but like all the hardcore things that entails. Yeah, I just remember, like, I think there was a catcher named Jim Bouton who didn't he write a book, Ball 4?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I think he wrote a book while he was still playing, which was not a good idea because some of those guys didn't like it. Like, Pete Rose had like some sort of confrontation with him, and he's like, stick that in your ear, Shakespeare, or something like that. Something totally Pete to say. Well, I am not alone, as you probably already heard. First off,
Samuel Bell is everywhere. I'll make mincemeat out of you, mouse.
Squeak, squeak.
That's right, baby.
Not to be outdone.
Oh. Bringing good vibes. Something like that.
We got a mouse infestation today.
Mouse infestation.
Build a
Do
better
you know something, Cal? I don't know about that.
Oh, mouse infestation.
Cal knows some shit.
Mouse infestation.
Damn.
I don't know about that.
I was in our attic today. I was trying to find this like folder. Mrs. Mouse is like, "What are you doing up there?" Looking for something. I don't know. You like to throw a lot of shit away, and I'm making sure I still have this. But anyway, that's usually where mice hang out. So that's where I was.
Squeak, squeak.
Squeak, squeak.
Yep. We had one around. Our cat was going crazy trying to get it. This thing was... We set a trap, because our cat obviously was not up to the job. I don't know. It went somewhere. It either ran back outside or...
Hey,
I don't know.
We're a wily bunch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, survival instinct. Good to see you all in the chat. I see Surly here, Mark Morrison, Kobanizer, Nixon, James Lowry.
Snake Oil said he's
JP.
stepping away, but he'll be back later.
Get back here.
Snake Oil. Yep. Good to see you. Gadfly, Jeffrem, of course. John. Yep. Long shots.
Long shot in the house.
Long shot. Yeah. Don't see Patrick here, but
Wait,
sure.
I thought.
Yeah, he was
wait,
there.
yeah, I thought
Is
I
he
saw
here?
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe further up.
he's
yeah.
like.
Yep. Present and accounted for.
Yeah, maybe he's just being quiet. Larry
No,
Jacob.
I saw him. I swear I saw him earlier.
He's in your heart.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go down to the bottom because
Like
we
a
got
song in my
we got
heart.
One, we got one coming in there from Hungar.
Hungar. Here's Patrick. Yeah.
Oh, Patrick, good to see ya.
Bueller.
Yep.
Bueller.
Bueller. Hungar, the Star Variant, $5. I feel that this is going to be a great show today. Do you guys know something? I think you guys know something that I don't know.
Maybe I was on the Twitter today talking about it. I wasn't. I don't have the Twitter.
Yeah, what else can you talk about? We got some stuff. First of all, let's get the kind of serious and let's face it, kind of sad news out of the way. I don't know if you guys realize or know, but Sean Driscoll passed away on September 1st, I think it was. So it's obviously a bit of a surprise. I mean, he's a little bit older, but I don't think he was that much older. Obviously, we poked fun at Seaner before. I never hated Sean or anything. I didn't like the way he...
The exception of Corn Boy, we really don't hate.
Yeah, no, yeah,
any of these
exactly,
people.
yeah. I don't.
We
yeah.
People think we hate Scott Garibay. No, we don't.
No.
No.
We secretly love him. Yeah, no, I mean, Seaner, he seemed like an alright, just a very, very much an old school grognard. And he would do his commentary on live plays and that. Sometimes it would rile people up. Made for content. I know we used it a couple times.
The chat's saying he was 61, buddy.
61.
Yeah.
Far too young, guys.
Yeah.
And you never know. Here today, gone tomorrow. Next week it could be any of us. So that's why we, even if we've poked fun at somebody, never had anything really hard against Shawner. And I'm just very sorry for his, his family. I think he was married. So it is.
Even if you're for a family, even if maybe you're single and alone, you still have a family. It'd be like, people you hang out with, places you frequent,
Hey, from where I'm standing at the beginning of the Gen X generation, 61 isn't that old. It's not.
It's really
old.
not. It's
I'm
closer than a lot of us want
to more
realize.
than I'm comfortable saying, but rest in peace, John. It's sad to hear of his passing.
Gone up to that great RPG table in the sky. Hopefully he's playing some hardcore Traveler up there. He was obviously one of Traveler's biggest fans, and I know he professionally wrote for Traveler too. So Godspeed, Shawner. And look, we will miss you. Kind of in the background there, he was always there. Did you see Shawner's video? He did this. So it's look, say what you want. He was kind of on our side. Our side is an eclectic bunch, but I think generally speaking, he was on our side. So fare thee well, buddy. Dark Knight of Hibernia, €5. In China, they have a mouse-based dish. Oh boy. Called 3 Squeaks. I'd be careful where you vacation, mouse.
Yeah, damn
Just
right.
a heads up. Yeah, you could find yourself as the
I was shopping
main
for a
course.
customer, and they wanted these I was in the cat food section, and those little cans have little writing, so I was holding it up, trying to read it out, and I'm like, man, all these fucked up flavors. Why don't they name the flavors what the cats really eat?
Yeah,
mouse.
Mouse flavor.
Litter.
My hamster.
Yeah, stuff like that. No, it's stuff that they're never gonna catch. A salmon.
Right.
What's cat gonna get a salmon? Yeah, come on.
That's what PETA should be going after: the lies in the cat food industry.
Yes.
If you were naming dog food after what my dog eats, paper towel, napkin with pizza juice on it,
Half my
baby
record
bunnies
collection.
every once in a while. Some baby bunnies.
shoes, yeah, pair of Crocs,
Comic books.
Yep.
Yeah. Before we get into the PETA stuff,
Fancy Feast floor scraps. Thank you, Surly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's getting it in there before I ban him.
Damn.
Surly, we were talking about you before the show tonight.
Free Surly. Free Surly. I'm already starting this before it happens.
Yeah.
9 live squirrel brained. Ain't that the truth?
We won't go into the whole debate or the politics behind it, of course, but it's just a couple of things from the VP debate. This is becoming a thing. Poor Tim Waltz screwed up a couple of times.
Misspoke once. Dude's gonna live for forever.
Yeah, I've become friends with school shooters. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be all over the place forever.
Yes. Yeah. Doc Flamingo,
Right,
the defender.
Doc. Yep.
Yes. Oh yeah. Did I just say I'm friends with school
was that
shooters?
really, did
Yes,
he really
that's-
make that face?
He
last
did.
night?
He did. Yeah.
What point was that? When he realized he said it?
No. I think it was at another point.
My goodness gracious!
Hope I don't say that again. It was a debate. Pretty much, nobody. Obviously that was the big gaffe. Was Waltz. Still, I don't think he mortally injured the Harris campaign with that. But it was basically just the debate boiled down to a couple of things: the school shooter comment, the faces, including Waltz's here, and especially, as you see from RG3 here, JD Vance is breaking the fourth wall so hard I feel like I'm watching The Office.
Ain't that the truth?
He must have done that at least 5 or 6 times, it seemed like. So I don't know. It was kind of amusing. But yeah, that was the big takeaway from the debate. All right.
Dead bird dinner.
All right, I'm going to need just a little bit of control here, mouse.
You have it.
All right. Atomic batteries to power.
throttle.
turbines to speed. Was that the old?
I missed the debate on purpose. I'd rather watch it after it's dissected.
Yeah.
That's from Cal.
Yep. Somebody mentioned Dan Quayle. Yeah, that was of all the VP debates. That was probably the one line there by Lloyd Benson. That was probably the one memorable one.
J.D. Vance from Patrick. Wall.
Fourth wallflower. Yeah, he did okay. I think he did his job.
I saw that Saturday Night Live picked what's her name to be Kamala or Kamala?
Oh yeah.
Who is it? Maya Rudolph.
Oh yeah, she did it before.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah. Dark Knight of Hibernia. Waltz didn't wound the Harris campaign. Harris did. Yes. Yes, indeed. So that was amusing. I was kind of prepping for the show and doing some other stuff while that was going on. So I will say this. It seemed like a bit more civil. Like Trump's not a natural debater. So you don't get traditional stuff. He's just, so unorthodox. These guys were more polished politicians. So there was a little bit more give and take, a little bit more traditional political stuff. All right. Go to the PETA website. Actually, don't go to the PETA website. I did, so you don't have to.
You take all the risks.
I do.
We got some coming in, buddy.
They're coming in like
I'll
bullets.
do them, yeah. I think PETA was controlled opposition, but given human stupidity, I will admit I do wonder sometimes. Do you think PETA's controlled opposition? No, I think they're true believers, Jeffrem. Thank you, though. Yeah, no, I think they, and especially nowadays, I mean, the way how crazy people are with some of the stuff they believe. This is becoming, I don't want to say mainstream, but it's becoming almost understandable when you compare it to like what leftism has done, how far it's kind of swerved in the last 7-8 years. It's kind of straightforward. We love animals. We'll do anything for them. You can almost understand it to some degree, but yeah, they are nutso too. Benjamin. Oh God!
Did it again. Buddy.
I did it again. I will continue to do it. Benjathin. I mean, you got to admit, it's a tough one. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Benjathin Snortikins. Funny thing in the UK, Bubble and Squeak is a dish here. Ooh, Bubble and Squeak. Along with I knew about the spotted dick. Angels on horseback. Never knew that one. Toad in a hole. Welsh rabbit. And singing hinnies, just to name a few. I'm going to be looking those up after the show tonight, Benjathin. Thank you so much for the 10 pound. That's probably like $13 or something.
A pint's a pound the world around.
Absolutely.
Right. Hungar. Remember, he grew up in a small town in Nebraska. Yeah, you're talking about Waltz here. Yeah, I think all of his Nebraska family is like they're all Trump voters. So it's kind of funny. Thank you, Hungar.
Shark's here. Chomp chomp.
Sharko, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. These are subclasses, I guess, for the new D&D. Would it be the new D&D or would it be? I can't imagine somebody at PETA is this up on D&D that they made a subclass for the new version, the 2024 edition of D&D, but it's a mouthful. First off is the Circle of Empathy. I mean, this kind of shows me like how far D&D has fallen. Instead of like a kind of a don't talk about it sort of nerd hobby, it's now just become a avenue for not only like corporate propaganda, but this sort of political propaganda too.
Wasn't Druids always around?
Well, it's the Circle of Empathy subclass, I guess. So it's a offshoot of Druids. I don't know if you remember those from like they were big in like 3rd edition.
Right.
Yeah, subclasses. It's just another way to give players like more bennies, I guess. Guiding principle. If empathy for all living beings fades, the world will unravel, torn asunder by cruelty and lost to the discord that separates us from the natural order.
So do they get the bonuses against the undead?
Oh, yeah. That's a good question. I doubt they address that.
Disco's got you, buddy.
Yeah. PETA can STFU till they do something about chowing and sacrificing meows for voodoo. Man, YouTube doesn't like that. Oh, you're talking about the people of Springfield. Yes. I believe we have you, Disco. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in there. And Dark
thank you,
buddy.
Yep. Circle of empathy from people who murder dogs. Yep.
Isn't that a punk band, Old School Murder Dogs? I could be wrong.
You would know. I was not that into the punk scene, but holy shit, yeah, they did kind of euthanize. Weren't they like PETA famous for like euthanizing?
Oh yeah,
like a shitload of animals.
Yeah.
We got another one.
Benja Thin Sortikins. You guys ought to look up. 1 second here. Jumped on me. You guys ought to look up Danger Mouse, British sci-fi cartoon from the 90s.
We're very familiar with. I am
starring a secret agent mouse.
Yes,
who lives
like him
in
already.
A red post box. Good stuff. You've seen it?
Oh
Roman?
yeah.
Nice. If there's anything on YouTube, I'll try to check it out, Benjamin. Thank you though. Again. Yeah, empathy connection. This is still the Druid. You can forge an emotional bond between a target humanoid and a target animal. This bond allows the humanoid to empathize with an animal and experience the animal's emotions and perspective as their own. For example, if the animal is frightened, the humanoid will become frightened too. The humanoid will also become aware of the reason for the animal's emotion. Why would you want to do this?
I just did it though. With a lion. On
yeah,
Friday.
That's true. Yeah.
I have one level of Druid coming my way.
That's right. You got the circle of empathy.
You did.
I rolled like about 2 months ago on a horse riding thing. I rolled a 20, and Zolt rolled poorly. We had to buddy up on my horse. Then fast forward to last Friday, from the Emperor's private zoo, a lion escaped. For some reason, my character, I was feeling hot on the dice, I guess. My character approached it, and I tamed it in like an alley.
Yeah. Rolled a double 19.
Rolled a 19, and then that turned into like a 34 or something like that with my charisma attribute.
Yep.
And then Double D made me re-roll it like 5 minutes later to make sure that this is still on the up and up. I rolled another 19.
Yep.
So you have that circle of empathy.
And now he's going to get to meet the Emperor because he saved the Emperor's lion without it getting killed.
And now I'm a part Druid.
Yeah, circle of empathy. Doc Flamingo, $5. PETA, quote-unquote, shelters put down 100% of animals they take in because they are against pet ownership. Never bring them an animal. Yeah, they will kill it. Yeah. Forced empathy. What about my player agency? Yeah, says Doc or Disco Barbarian.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, there is none. Like I said, this is it's an avenue for like lame propaganda. That's all it is.
You know, F their emotions. I don't want to feel anyone's emotions. Get rid of empathy.
From fun pulp adventure to propaganda. Worst timeline ever. Sorry. we got to go back, Morty. We got to stop Gygax's coke habit. Thank you, Dark Knight. But yeah, this is what you're getting. Now, granted, this is free, but just the fact that they felt like, oh yeah, this will be a good way to reach the kids, just shows you how lame this is. A paladin subclass, Oath of Animal Liberation. Oh boy. He rides a freaking war horse. I shall defend animals from harm, exploitation, and any form of cruelty, ensuring their safety and well-being. Equality. Oh, good Lord. I shall advocate for the ethical treatment of all sentient
Maybe
beings.
this is their version of the trigger cards.
Yeah. For sure.
I look at him carrying an oversized carving knife because that's not a sword. It's not a machete. It's a turkey carving knife.
That's that Cal Art style. Just doesn't fit fantasy. Even this kind of fantasy, it just doesn't fit. It does. You are 100% correct, Rogan. That looks like, a knife.
A big carving knife.
A big carving knife. Yeah, like you cut Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes. You go the go up to whoever it is and get that giant slice of roast beef and say, I'm not on a diet. Cut me another one.
Justice. I shall pursue justice for animals and hold accountable those who act unjustly, ensuring that their actions will be met with appropriate consequences. Appropriate consequences. Where's the heroic fantasy here? Appropriate consequences.
+1 steak night of carving.
Yeah, I see that Magnificent Devil. Yeah, I see that.
That was magnificent, by the way.
It's like you're supposed to like ride a war horse into battle. Guess what? Horses got killed.
What's all? Go back. I'm sorry. Go back. Go back.
Yep.
Right up there. Unburden the beasts, like you said. The dude's riding a war horse. Unburden the beasts.
Yeah.
Hypocrisy.
Your presence ensures the animals won't be used for harmful purposes.
Like going into battle.
Yeah, like going into battle. That's an action. You can project an aura of empathy and understanding. This is like, I don't even want to say, this is like a jump the shark moment for D&D. This is one of the many jump the shark moments for D&D. When, like, if I knew something like PETA would be sticking their nose in D&D, like, I don't know, we might not have had like a 30-year campaign going. I'd have been like, guys, you want to play shuffleboard instead?
Kerplunk.
Yeah, Kerplunk. Yeah, Uno, as we always talk about. At 14th level, you gain the ability to influence the behavior of humanoids towards animals. Oh, there you go. Yeah, player agency, like I think Disco said. You don't have player agency, not when you're the subject of fucking propaganda.
No, comrade, you have to love that animal about to maul you.
You will love it.
He's misunderstood and hungry.
Third and final. But it just screams heroic fantasy. Looks like she's posing for an Instagram photo. God Lord. I'm just drinking it in. Even the wolf looks like playful and cute. Doesn't look like...
I think it looks embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's laughing. That's why he's holding his paw to his mouth.
It's like, yeah, it's like that Laugh Olympics guy.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that dog on Duck Hunt.
or the dog on Duck Hunt, yeah.
That's Bob the Builder's, War Builder's,
yeah.
back screen. Remember, he was playing
Duck
Hunt.
Yes, yeah. The green, yeah. It did look like it. Yeah, Wardens of the Wild are vigilant defenders of the natural world, specializing in tracking, taking down those who misuse their abilities to harm or control animals. It's all like a one-note thing. They should have just done like just one of these. Instead, they got like 3 of them. Doc, Flamingo, $10. Thank you. There was a case in California a few years back where PETA activists beat up an old homeless man and took his dog, saying he can't take care of it. They put the dog down, and he later Minecrafted himself. Evil, yeah. They are. They're crazy. They're kooks, and like a lot of these leftists.
Are they the ones that throw red paint on people?
Yes.
Yeah. Like if you wear fur. Mrs. D has a genuine fur jacket from my mom. And she's always like dying. She's like, I just want to wear it and have somebody come up and say something. Patrick Demo. They won't do that while I'm there, though. I'm 6'4" and full of muscle, as the song says. PETA will never play a ranger or a druid. They don't believe in animal companions. Even Springfield can't keep up with the Minecrafting. Indeed, Patrick, indeed. One of these spells, though, is so funny. Let me get this here. Dark Knight of Hibernia, watching paint dry would be more fun than PETA D&D.
Oh.
Well, if the DM was very subversive, he could make some very bad things happen. That would be kind of fun. Sabotaged Hunt for the subclass for this one. Beginning at 3rd level, once per short rest, you can use an action to mark a being you can see within 60 feet as the target of your sabotage. Until the mark ends, the being deals 1d6 less damage with weapon attacks against living targets and has a disadvantage on wisdom perception and wisdom survival checks. Oh my Lord.
So the young father out there trying to hunt some game to feed his wife and his little kid, he can't get the game. He can't, because this is fantasy imagine medieval times. Where can you go in the fantasy medieval times to get tofu?
Yeah. There's no fucking McDonald's. You just go through. Well, I mean,
what's that adorable creature in a sack?
Oh my gosh!
It's squeak squeak. There's the other mouse we were talking about. Yeah, look at this spell, Crimson Mark. You can use this spell to call upon the forces of justice in order to mark those who hunt or otherwise harm animals. Not harm animals, hunt. When you cast this spell, choose a being within range you believe to be guilty of cruelty.
Yeah.
Not that you know is guilty, that you believe to be. Very, very much in line with modern day leftist philosophy.
They have been judged.
Yeah, it's just perception is certainly enough to ruin someone's life. Their malevolence will be revenged with a visible crimson mark.
I think most places that person would go would be a mark of pride.
Yep. Great Yakubi and James, thank you for coming. Thank you for being Justikiar. Disco. I would mercilessly make fun of anyone that brought this to the table in anything other than a pure cringe joke game. Yeah,
rightfully
exactly.
so.
Exactly. I can go down. Yeah, for sure. Let's go back to the this screen.
I dated a hippie back in the late 80s, early 90s. She was remarkable, but full-blown hippie. PETA went down to the beach wooded area, with pots and pans when they were going to do a hunt down there for deer. A whole bunch of them went down. Oh yeah, she was
scare the deer away.
Yeah, scare the deer away. So
are you scaring them away? Or are you scaring them into line of sight?
No, you're scaring them in front of cars that are driving.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're into a car that your daughter's driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, fucking lunatics.
She was
Patrick Demo, $2. Believe to be. Definitely written by PETA. Yes, absolutely. Go ahead, Rogan.
Oh, she was hot. She was pretty remarkable. She got married quite a bunch of years back. Completely changed.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Grew out of it.
Yeah, when you grow up, you grow out of the fairy tales.
I can understand that. I mean, we're getting to the point rapidly though where we can't afford to let people even get into it in the first place. But at least back then, growing out of it was a sign like, oh yeah, you're supposed to kind of be crazy like that when you're 17 to 24, 25.
Right.
Then you get married, then you squeeze out a few kids, and then you're like, oh yeah, all that stuff's bullshit.
Screw the cloth diapers. Give me the Pampers.
Yeah. Give me this shit that I can just, ball up and throw away nice and easy. Jeff from Denkar, $5 Canadian. This shows the biggest benefit and problem outside of woke loons of 5e is that it's so easy to make products for it. Yes, quality is all over the place, for sure. Yeah, like anybody can pump this stuff out. Yeah, Disco, $2. How does this work with the magic wheelchairs? Oh, good question.
That is a good point.
I do want to say, too, I was very pumped this week. I have officially now an insider in Wizards of the Coast. Got myself an insider. Nice person. And he even said, he's very honest. He's like, I work in this particular area. He told me a couple of things, that were happening. Nothing that I think bears reporting on. And of course, in his case and in any other, if there's any other insiders within Wizards of the Coast, I will 100% protect your identity. If there's anything you want to get out, if you don't like the way things are, if you're kind of a closet conservative there, because this person did say, he said, hey, Double D, love you. He's like, he said, there's more of us, than you might think here. He's like, but we know enough not to say anything because we would lose our jobs. They would find a way to fire us. Dark Knight of Hibernia, €5. This crimson mark is just Hunter's mark. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, but more restrictive. Not only is this propaganda, it's bad game design too, and pretty much plagiarized. Well, yeah, I mean, what they did is they probably had like everybody nowadays, there's people that play D&D within that population. So they probably just said, hey, can you write this up? And
I was thinking when you read that, I thought of Inglourious Bastards when he carved this swastika into
Chris, yeah. Whoops. Go ahead. Put that back. Yeah, I threw that up. Mac Thompson, $4.99. If the party has to forage and farm along the way, they're going to kick the bucket. Yeah, maybe they can eat some virtues. Yeah. Yeah, I guess if it's not carrot season or corn season, you're effed.
Yeah. Does virtues grow from a tree or in the ground?
Yeah. Disco coming in hard, coming in strong, $10. Thank you so much. Thank you all of you guys who are super chatting. We appreciate it from the smallest to the biggest. We really do. That's all I can say. I always feel bad because there's only so much I can do. You know, it's like I would just be gushing for like the whole like stream if I told you how I really felt. You know, suffice to say, it's appreciated. Disco Barbarian, $10. Okay, I'm playing a black lesbian PETA Ranger with a colostomy bag in a combat wheelchair. I'm on a quest for the best recipe for meatless chicken wings. Who's with me? Yeah. Oh, you know what they do, Disco, is they do the deep fried cauliflower. That's what they do instead of chicken wings.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You haven't seen that in like vegan restaurants or like a vegan choice?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They'll like.
No, I realize you're being serious now.
No, I'm being 100% serious. Yeah, you've seen these, right, Mouse?
100%.
Yeah,
and also the thing that's so ironic is you're telling me that there's a special fryer in the back that you don't cook the wings in.
Yeah, exactly. This fryer in our limited kitchen space is just totally for the cauliflower.
We use it once a week.
Yeah.
Empty it out every night and clean it right back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they'll fry the cauliflower and then they'll toss it in like whatever hot, whatever chicken wing sauce.
I was unaware of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look for it. You'll see it. Does B-Dubs? Do they offer
They
that?
might.
I think B-Dubs offers
it. It's not just trendy. It's become like on the menu now.
I see where they make a mashed potato substitute with cauliflower.
Yes, and they have cauliflower rice now too.
Oh, that's kind of like the same thing, isn't it?
Yuck.
Shark saying his book of erotic fantasy was awesome. He's got me a copy signed by the author, Anthony Valterra, and several of the women models that were in the book laughing. I met them at Gen Con's SoCal reference. That's right. You were down there for a while.
Bam.
Shark. Yeah. I forgot that was your old stomping ground. Yeah, Anthony Valterra. We went through that. It's a cringy book, but and some of those pictures are just like, ugh. But I give him credit. Nowadays it almost seems refreshing, some of the stuff they were talking about. Hey, are you guys getting like I'm starting to get like weird things coming in. Hold on one second, chat.
Like a super chat, you mean?
No. Something. I'm getting like some interference or something.
Hold on. Let me try to.
Yeah, we got this.
Let me try to do something here.
Did you guys see that?
Wait, hold on. It's something with the firewall thing. It's probably me.
I don't think it.
Hang tight.
I don't know if that was you.
Surly, hang tight. I ain't banning people. Hold on a second.
You got this?
Guys, hold on 1 second.
Emergency alert. My phone didn't go off though, so I'm not sure what that was.
Hold on, guys. Yeah. Hold on. I want you guys to put up that firewall.
All right. We're on it.
I want this to be like the Great Wall of China firewall.
China. Hold on.
I'm tasking both of you with doing this because I do not want, if that's who I think it was, I do not want this guy in my channel.
I think...
Ladies and gentlemen, I am very sorry for that interruption.
I think so. Hold on a second.
Guys.
Is it...
Guys.
Oh, that ain't working.
All right. What happened to the firewall?
I think I did not obviously do it right.
I thought you did.
Mouse, I'm paying you guys... Rogan, Mouse, I'm paying you guys good money.
Top dollar.
Top dollar to sit there.
No,
I can't have...
We can do this.
You guys were supposed to be security experts.
Well, we're experts, but we're not security experts. We got this, though.
Guys, I'm not joking. This guy could wreck my channel. Good Lord. Oh, my God. It's coming again. Oh, my God!
It's your old pal, Mousecock. Just checking in on this sleepy little corner of the culture war. I see our friend Double D has made nice with Bishop Buffro. Wise choice, Double D. Wouldn't want to see you get chokeslammed through that gaming table. But let's talk turkey. The Moscow stock, it's not doing so well. In fact, it's falling faster than Tim Waltz's testosterone level. I admit we might have made a mistake with our Groomers and Griffins role-playing game. In fact, we only had one big buy, and that was from the California public school system. Other than that, people hated it. But we're always on the lookout for people that are doing it right. And I think I found just the guy. This guy could sell ice to an Eskimo. He really knows how to squeeze his fans. So we're taking notes. You know him. You love him. Say hi to Money Matt.
We are making more crap for our spruce goose of a role-playing game. Hi folks, Money Matt here from MCDDM. By now, you already know what Draw Steal is. It is our fantasy role-playing game that we have built from the ground up to be profitable. And fun too, but mostly profitable. We have received a huge amount of feedback from our pay pigs on Patreon, and that has led to a huge surge of activity on our Discord server. Not that I would know about that. I really don't like rubbing shoulders with the hoi polloi, if you know what I mean. But it has been enormously rewarding watching you pay us $4.5 million just for a half-baked notion of a role-playing game. Then you personally pay me $800,000 a year on Patreon, just so we can give you our spitball ideas for this turkey. A few weeks ago, we did a crowdfunder for special Draw Steal dice, and you paid a whopping $30 for 3 dice. There is literally nothing that I can't sell you. Isn't capitalism great? Socialism works better for the poors like you. Capitalism is great for the VIPs like me. It just kind of seems to work better that way. I hope you agree. But before we get to full-on communism, I'm not quite done with your wallet just yet. You already have a game. Well, you're going to have a game in about 3 years. You have a set of overpriced trick dice. What else could you possibly need? Well, if you think about it, the one thing that you will need for the MCDDM game Draw Steal is miniatures, of course! These minis are going to be fun! You're going to get an initial set of 5 iconic MCDDM minis for just $39. You get Sir John the Bland, Myrna the Elementist, Goobles the Dwarf. That's my personal favorite. He is the cut-up of the group, and he is so funny. You get King Omar the Afflicted, and of course, his wife, the good Queen Booby, the Unbalanced. Not only that, each miniature comes with its own QR code so that you can download their famous tagline and play it at the table.
Take that.
Equal pay for equal spells.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
My God, it burns.
Why, of course I've had cure disease cast on me.
And finally, as a backer kit exclusive, you are going to get a miniature that will not be offered at any point after this campaign. Say hello to Jordy the Midget. Isn't he great?
On guard.
This was our first miniature campaign, and it was a blast to put together. I want to thank Jerry, our general manager, for coming up with yet another way to soak you for low cost and high profit gaming goods that are going to put Money Matt in the VIP seats for years to come. Thank you. So if you have a little extra cash, stick it in the doobly-doo down below. No, not you, Intracosto. You get out of there. I mean the little doobly-doo in the video title, you know. Well, that's it, and thank you for watching. Peace out. Ka-ching! Are we live?
Did we get it?
Chat, can you hear me?
That was my bad, Double D.
We're good. Are we good?
I don't like my channel being invaded. Let me just say that. All right, so listen. I got this guy, Mousecock. He's got my password into my YouTube channel. And he's joining forces. He joined forces with the Bro SR and Bishop Buffalo. Of course, we're fine with that. And now he's joined forces with Money Matt himself. And now Money Matt is selling his crap on my channel. And that makes me really mad. Guys, we got to do better, right?
We have to do
We're going to do better?
We're going to do better. Just
Mouse, we're going to do better.
I think I need a course.
A
tech course.
I'll tell you what. Out of some of these super chats, I'm going to get you a Windows firewall security course.
Might be a good idea.
All right. Now, earn your money there, Mouse, and get those super chats. Just click on the little dollar sign down there, and let's do it that way.
Snake Oil just gave 5.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, there it is. The green one, I think. All right, yeah. Good. You can grab them from the top down. This all happened, guys, while I was being hacked. I'm sorry. Dark Knight of Hibernia.
So who got the money?
What money? Oh, you mean during? I think it still goes to me. Oh my God, I hope so.
Check that.
I'll check, guys. I think the money's going to me. It's not going to go to Money Matt or Mousecock or anything. Thank you. Yeah, the Chinese are mad at my super chat for Mouse. Yep, James, very nice. I don't know what was nice about it, James. I'm not sure what was nice about it. Go ahead, get that Dark Knight. Yep, sorry. Dark Knight of Hibernia, €2. Soy face. Oh my God, it's Matt Colville. Yeah, I guess. Disco Barbarian. How much money for Double D to run a 4-part game is Matt? I don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't me. That was Matt's. That was Money Matt. Mac Thompson make a Money Matt mini. Well, Mac, he would have to do that. Go ahead. You can throw the Snake Oil up there too. Go ahead. Snake Oil, thank you so much for supporting the channel. We need it now more than ever.
Yeah.
We got to upgrade our security is what we got to do.
I'm going to have to Google that.
We'll send you to that course too. I can send 2
Stern's
for
good at
1.
that stuff.
Yeah, we'll get our buddy.
He is good at that.
Patrick Demo, $5. Here's some gold pieces for the 9th level. Guards and wards spell for the channel. Yes, that's right. Hey, if it comes to that, guys, we may have to. Wow, $20.
Thank you.
Aged Blaine. I'm glad you got it in after the hack. I'm pretty sure we got the money for the before the hack. I know we got it. I know we got it now because thank God they're leaving me alone. Love the channel. Thanks for all your hard work. Well, I'm sorry we failed you on this one exception here. Good. You may have to scroll down there, Mouse.
Heavens,
you can do that, can't you?
Yeah.
That
happened so fast. You know, when it popped up, I went into that thing, the verify. I don't know, verify right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We don't want to do that.
Stop, and I hit stop, but I think I probably turned off Rumble or something.
I think you turned off our security.
What's that word?
Modify. That's not verify or anything.
Well, I
That's
thought it was
modify.
verify at first, and I hit stop. So I probably turned off the firewall.
He's great with the chat. He's great, you know. But these two together, these are my boys. We need them to keep the channel safe and secure. Rogan, you on board with this?
I'm on board. I feel like I've let you and the channel. Hey guys, everybody out there, I apologize. I feel like I let you guys down.
Well, I think Rogan's being too polite, and I'll tell you why. Because when I was saying, "Oh, verify,"
yeah,
he was trying to say modify.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand what he was saying because I'm reading the word verify.
It's like an aerodyne. I think the words just canceled each other out, and you got confused.
Well,
Mouse, I understand. Just don't let it ever happen again. Rogan, don't ever let it happen again. Okay. Dark Knight of Hibernia, €2. Commit to the bit. Respect the hustle, Double D. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Dark Knight of Hibernia. There is no bit here. But thank you anyway. We do appreciate you and all your super chats.
Bleeker just wants to see some sweetening.
Walk down the street naked and ring the bell. Yeah, that's right. Jeez. All right, well, look, it looks like I have the channel back. I think I can breathe. I think I can even laugh a little now. Guys, it's okay. It's going to be good. We're going to send you to that class.
Can YouTube do anything about it, or is this like...
No, he got my password somehow. And then what happens is he's got it, and then he's like the gatekeeper. He can let in whoever he wants. So he likes to torture me for some reason.
He's been
I don't know what I
for a
did
while.
to this guy. It's been like over a year. I thought I'm like, woo! Finally, I'm done with him. And then now all of a sudden I got Money Matt selling his crap. Did you see his eyes there? Crazy eyes at times.
Yeah.
They were rolling in the back of his head.
His hands. He's very disturbing.
Yeah. Don't blame Rogan. He's better than to slip up like that. Yeah. Oh, look. Oh, James, $10. A donation to help pay for training for the mouse and Rogan. Well, it's going to go to good use. I can tell you that.
Hamster on a wheel.
Guys, do they have a 10 p.m. course? Because you're in it.
We can do it. We can do it.
Yeah. Meat says work or shoot. You make the call. It's a shoot, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. 100% shoot. I can't have this. God, did you see the quality of those minis? He is really slipping
on guard.
Matt.
I like that one. I might get that one. How much was a miniature?
Well, that's the thing. I think he said his name was Jordy the Midget. I think you have to get the whole set just to get him. So you can't. That's the way Money Matt operates.
On guard.
I'm not saying I would buy any of them, but I'd buy the Queen. I mean, I wouldn't buy the Queen.
Sound like she was kind of disease ridden.
Hey,
was she? Did you get that impression? Now, I guess now we can kind of laugh about it. I mean, she was kind of disease ridden, and I think her husband, I think he was afflicted by her. Like if you noticed his figure, he was holding his crotch.
Oh, I thought he was doing the double X thing from wrestling.
Oh no! He was holding his crotch. That's why I think his tagline was, "It burns."
Well, I was so busy trying to help the mouse here, trying to figure this stuff out.
That's fair.
Yep. Yeah, Patty says she was rid of disease. Yeah, I think that was her tagline. Hey, I had cure disease cast on me. Very funny, Money Matt. Retard. Go sell your stuff somewhere else. You got $800,000. We're trying to break 6 on the deck of many triggers. Jeez. And that's far better quality than the shit that you're putting out.
Get him to,
I think, I don't know.
Get him to advertise that.
Oh, yeah. Like Mousecock said, he could sell ice to an Eskimo.
Well, he's got 800,000 Patreon people.
Well, he doesn't have that many, but that's how much he's pulling in from his Patreon.
Oh,
shit.
I understand.
God, if he had,
holy cow!
If he had 800,000, man, he'd be
loading.
Yeah, he'd be able to buy Wizards of the Coast. Ironcaster says her nickname in high school was Crotch Rot. I like it.
I like him already.
Did not look like a good miniature set. I would urge you guys, don't support this latest MC Double DM backer kit scam. It's gonna go nowhere.
It's another grift. He's a grifter.
Yeah. What do you want? The guy's a grifter.
$4 whatever million.
4.5.
And then
4.6.
again, the Patreon is drawing in how much again? Potentially?
According to what somebody said, $800,000 a year. That's to Matt. That's to Money Matt.
You know, I just don't understand that. It's inconceivable.
I don't know. Don't know what to say. I'm sorry for all that, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're okay now. He usually just does it, and if he breaks in, he does it, and then he does leave me alone for the rest of the time.
This was rather impactful, though.
Oh, it was. I think we can continue on with the rest of the show, though.
On card.
All right. We may have to buy that mini. We may have to get the whole set just to give Crazy Mouse. I'll tell you what, when you complete your when you get your diploma for that security course.
On guard.
All right. Let us continue.
Can we?
We can do this. We got this.
Hold on one second.
We're better now.
Make sure. Yep. I just want to make sure he's not going to do anything. Yeah, not lurking or anything. All right. Woof. Had to make sure. All right. So, moving on, as they say. Did you guys now, Crazy Mouse? You are a huge fan of Chuck.
I loved Chuck.
I like Chuck too.
I liked Chuck from the get-go, not one of those people that joined later and then had to rewatch. Like, I was on Chuck from the moment the Nerd Herd showed up.
Yep. I love the chick in that too, the blonde Polish chick.
Yvonne
Stravosky or something. Yeah, she was cute. But like good Zach Levi is a good guy, and he went on to play Rogan.
Shazam!
That's right, Shazam.
And he didn't do, I liked it. For what it was, I liked it.
And Kurt Warner.
And Kurt Warner.
He was also in the Marvel movies as like one of the people that helped Thor or something like that.
And one of the Warriors 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's, by all accounts, just a super guy. I'll pick that up there.
Okay.
Thank you. Dark Knight of Hibernia. The Basic Expert releases an Aztec 0E game that works for $20,000. Money Matt needs $4.6 million, $800K per year on Patreon to release nothing. What utter bullshit. Yep. You said it, Dark Knight. He can sell whatever he wants. Just keep it off of my channel, man. Why is he trying to get? I think this is payback for for the ribbing we've given him lately. I think he's hooked up with Mousecock for all the ribbing that we've given him.
Oh, he's got quite an ego then. Quite an ego.
Oh God, yeah. He blocked me on Twitter or X.
Come on, man. Chuck was also the voice in The Sleeping Beauty, right? Or no, Rapunzel.
Was he?
From Disney?
Yeah, that I did not know. I did not know that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the male lead character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a good guy.
Fandral, one of the Warriors 3 and Thor.
But
there he is.
You know who's not a fan?
Who?
I wouldn't know who. I would have no idea.
Wesley Crusher.
Oh. Huh?
Will Wheaton.
Oh, you said the W word.
Yeah. So what happened is Zach Levi, he was from the get-go, he was a big RFK Jr. fan. RFK Jr. suspended his campaign and like any sane person looked around and said, the one side is certifiably nuts and said, I'm going to work with the Trump campaign. And Trump has agreed to work with him. He's like, hey, if I get elected, guess who's going to be looking after America's health? This guy, RFK Jr. And I think it's a good move, actually. I think it's a great synergy between the two. So Zach Levi just came out and said, like, yeah, I was for RFK Jr. Now I'm for Trump. Shouldn't be a big thing, except he's in Hollywood. And, of course, Hollywood is full of evil and stupid people. And that's just the easiest way to put it. And fitting the bill for both is Will Wheaton, Mr. Nerd. Something I love about our nerd community is how welcoming and diverse we are. We are a safe place for everyone who has ever been othered. I hate that word. Othered. Yeah.
Yeah, my heart is just pounding in my chest. Not in a good way right now.
We are a safe place for, it gets worse. This is going to get a lot worse. For vulnerable people to come together and safely love all the wonderful, nerdy stuff we love. If anybody is pushing me to walk away from all this nerdy stuff, it's folks like you, Will Wheaton, because I am ashamed to be in the same hobby as a piece of shit like you. With that in mind, I think it's pretty important for anyone who supports Nerd HQ knows who and what they are supporting. So you guys are probably like, what is Nerd HQ, right?
I have no
You
clue.
have no idea. Okay,
No.
don't worry.
Headquarters?
Yeah, Nerd HQ. I'll show you in a moment. What a disappointment. What a disgrace. How disgusting. Quick edit here. Gently pointing out anyone who's not aware of it to the paradox of tolerance. A place is not safe if you can't keep out the people who would make it unsafe. This includes non-physical safety. Oh, fuck you. And fundamental human rights are not a matter of opinion. Disco Barbarian, $2. Wheaton is the biggest prick in all of Pedowood. Yes, agreed. Patrick, $5. You met Will. He truly is the worst human being. He claims to have coined "Don't be a dick," but he is the biggest offender. Oh, yeah. I think I said that in my Will Wheaton video.
Was that at Gen Con?
Yeah, was that at Gen Con, Patrick? Because I didn't meet him, but I literally walked 2 feet from him. That was actually before, though, he came completely undone. I think it was like 2013, 2012, maybe. So I was just kind of like, oh, look, hey, there's Will Wheaton. Cool. At the time, I didn't think anything of it.
What's that nobody doing here?
Yeah. I was just like, whatever.
Where's Sheldon?
Yeah. But holy shit, what a piece of garbage. Oh, so you're wondering, what is Nerd HQ?
Yeah.
I will show you. I will need control here for a moment. This is something run by Zach Levi and others. Like, this is a foundation. This isn't a business. This is something to... Let's just read their vision. A vibrant community that provides and engages in entertainment, education, and creates connections with a core focus on mental health. Our purpose is to foster a supportive community for individuals navigating the complexities of mental health challenges daily through our commitment to curating a community of healthy minds through ways of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, ultimately providing the means to free therapy for those who can't afford it. These people are providing free mental health therapy through their foundation.
That's Adam Baldwin next to him.
Yes, yeah, from Firefly. Great. These are all...
And from Chalk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and from Chalk. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, this is an excellent idea. It really is, because in some circles, it's very difficult, to get that help.
Yeah.
It really is.
You'd have to be completely evil, a despicable, evil piece of human garbage to say you shouldn't support this just because you don't like the politics of one of the guys. But we all know that's exactly what's going on here. Will Wheaton is... There are very few like total strangers that I would laugh if I found out they got hit by a truck. I would laugh, go to my refrigerator, open a beer, laugh some more. If it was on video, I'd put it on a replay. If there was video out there of Will Wheaton getting run over by a semi. I just there's nothing that compares to something like that, to get people to stop supporting a foundation for mental health. A proper adult thing to do would have been like, guys, I really don't like Zach Levi. I wish you wouldn't watch his movies, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's retarded enough. But look, if you're already supporting Nerd HQ, they seem to be doing good work, so, please don't feel like you have to do that just because you're a fan of mine. That's what a human being would do. Okay, but Will is not a human being. And I have a mashup of all of Will's cuckery, soy cuckery, bullshit. I was working on a second video and it kind of got lost, but I did clip some stuff. So we'll just go through it. And
Cold War, I don't think he's a Baldwin brother.
He's not really.
Yeah.
He's not really. It's a different branch. Yeah, he's not a true Baldwin. Yeah, I mean, I love Adam Baldwin. Great in Full Metal Jacket. Firefly. Best character on Firefly. Easily.
Didn't Firefly have that super pretty lady?
Two of them.
Two of them. That looks like Mary Boss.
Yeah. You're thinking of Kaylee, the engineer. Yeah.
Marcel.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there was the prostitute.
What's her name? Marika Barcel or something like that.
Something like that. Chad, help us out.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the firewall, so I can't get on my phone right now.
Mac Thompson. He's also my arch enemy as well. Just to put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Deadpool now.
Yeah.
And she was the queen.
Morena Baccarin, that's it. Thank you, Snake Oil. Look at this guy.
Looks like Mary Boss.
Yep. Gives us members every week. Comes up. Yeah, Morena Baccarin. Yeah, in the show she was hot. I don't like her with like short hair.
Oh.
I know. Oh, that's who you thought. Okay, that's who you thought because she had short hair. Okay.
Yeah, that's who Mary.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking more facially, like Kaylee was like her. Yeah, but the engineer Kaylee was super hot too.
Yeah, Mac Thompson says so.
Yeah.
We can't talk about girls too much. People complain in the freaking in the comment section on the video.
What's her name? Jewel Strait?
Yeah.
Man, we were getting the business for some of that in the comment section last week.
You gotta
what happened?
You gotta understand.
In the comment section last week, someone was complaining that we talked about girls too much.
Dude, seriously, like
I know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Sometimes the majority rules. You know,
Yeah.
we can have a squeaky wheel or something and just say we appreciate your comment. Thank you.
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe. All right, here's some Will. All right, so we'll just we'll watch and react, I guess.
I'll watch with one eye.
Doing a lot of therapy and a lot of academic research into childhood trauma. There was something with our
He was wearing a mask there. A fucking
I wonder
mask.
if he wears an outdoor seatbelt when he's on a walk.
I don't know what it is, but I want to see it.
Patrick Demo, $5. Will Wheaton is a professional stepdad. I'm glad that gene pool is a dead end. Yeah. The rest of his family is like, okay, well, we're just going to keep going on. Yeah, he was wearing a mask. He was probably like 20 feet from the interviewer, and he was still wearing a mask. Now, this is about his airport meltdown that he had, where he...
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. He was in his 40s, by the way.
luggage. There was something with not getting on the plane in time. There was something about a delay.
Got it. What does it feel like?
It's just out of control. It's out of control, and it's embarrassing, but I can't stop.
Yep.
I'm making a spectacle of myself. I don't remember anything specific.
Right.
I couldn't tell you exactly what happened. What I
Right.
do remember is Anne saying, Anne being really calm, and Anne saying, just sit down here, I'm going to go handle it. Also,
Look, his wife is every bit as bad as him. But, I mean, you can almost picture her being like, oh, my God, is the fame of marrying Will Wheaton, like, worth all this? That
When she said, I'll go handle it, she was probably saying, I'm going to go to that Starbucks real quick, and I need some me time because you're driving me nutso.
Yes. I bet you she does that a lot, maybe even with the pool boy.
So
when,
could you imagine then how many points she has on her Starbucks app?
It's
a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go handle this for you, honey, but I need to go out and get a few things. And then it's like 1 hour at the Starbucks just stealing herself like, it is worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it. Oh my God. A full-blown 40-year-old guy going, that's, by the way, that's the kind of meltdown we're talking about. Like literally like bawling. Not because like you just found out, you have cancer or something, or, one of your kids is dying. Like it was about a flight that was delayed.
You've showcased over quite a while here a handful of videos of people doing that for various reasons and various things. They're all the same. They lose their shit over nothing.
Yeah.
Was he one of the people in that forest that was screaming at the top of their lungs? And it was like all women hitting the ground with a stick.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Was he in that?
Spiritually, he was. I mean, I didn't see him physically, but trust me, if he was walking by there and said, "What are you guys doing?" he'd have been like, "Oh, cool, give me a stick."
He probably That was in a wigwam in the back there.
Well, he has a weenus, so he was not allowed.
After you do this, well, we'll do this and then do the super chat.
Yeah. He flipped out over Elmo, didn't he? Yeah, we'll get to that too. It's on this.
I gotta know
thing,
about that.
Disco $5. Poor me, I'm wealthy and no one loves me. What a weeping gash. Yes, he is.
Ditto.
Yes, he is, buddy. Yep, he does look like Rachel Maddow. Yeah, so a full-blown Los Angeles International Airport meltdown. His wife, but yeah, exactly. That's who she went to the. I guess he's doing it again, Raphael, or
People who are not neurodivergent, who don't know firsthand what we're talking about. You don't have to fix us. Yeah. That's like, it can be this huge responsibility. It can make people really uncomfortable. Like, what am I supposed to do? And honestly, as somebody who has this, unless I specifically say, this is my problem and I don't know how to solve it, right. The best thing, the greatest thing, the most helpful, kind, loving thing anyone watching this can do is simply listen. Listen and listen and listen. And if you don't know what to say, you can always fall back on, I'm sorry, that really sucks. And that was...
Living
man.
with what? What does he have?
Oh, like he says, like he has post-traumatic stress syndrome because his father was a
Oh,
bully.
from that. Okay.
Yeah, his father was a
he's
big
got the
bully, and his
gamut.
mom was horrible and pushed him into acting. Which, curiously, once he moved out of his house and was on his own and became a stepfather on his own, he still chose to continue to act, which is kind of strange.
Well, yeah, what do you know?
Yeah, I mean, geez, Rick Moranis proved like if you just want to be left alone, I just want to be left alone. He cries that all the time. Well, Rick Moranis proved you can quit acting and be left alone because that guy was as hot as anybody back in the day, and then just said, you know what, I'm done with all this.
But that guy was actually talented and funny as hell.
Well, yeah,
he was
to
really talented.
mention those two in the same breath, but exactly. I say exactly.
Yeah,
but it just does go to prove, like if somebody like Rick Moranis can do it, a little pipsqueak nothing piece of garbage. Like I scrape off things off of my shoe that are higher than Will Wheaton. Oh, and just the arrogance too of like, you don't have to do anything. I don't want to get better. I just want the attention.
You just got to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're going through this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not as fucked up as you are. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry no one kicked your teeth in. I'm sorry you're not locked in an asylum.
Yeah. Sorry you're still standing in front of me.
Yeah.
It's the height of just selfishness. Yeah, I'll be a continuing burden to the people around me. Chronic see you next Tuesday syndrome. That's what he has, yeah. Thank you, Patrick.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that one, for some reason, he says a bunch of stupid stuff, but this one really got me. It's almost like, hey, all you other people, it's okay. You don't have to change us or want to help.
Right.
We're good like this. F off.
Because it's good for all the young people at the airport, and sometimes flying might be pretty scary for kids to watch a grown ass man lose his shit for a man who was probably a millionaire in one fashion or another, who had been given more than most of us. Parents had pushed and prodded it and thought highly of my kid's talent. To have a meltdown in front of everybody else out in public. Mommy, why is that guy flipping out? Oh, because he didn't get a bolt in his head. Oops, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. It's totally did not mean that in Minecraft.
Yes.
Minecraft. Dark Knight of Hibernia, neurodivergent for €5. I am a spurg and I despise that word. I have stress problems, but I'm nothing like this. My dad was mean. Yeah. Get tougher, dude. Yeah. Dads are supposed to be a little bit mean. They're supposed to be loving. They're supposed to be about like 90% loving. You're supposed to 90% love them and 10% fear them.
My dad was mean. I moved on.
Yeah. Trust me. I know some things about Crazy Mouse's dad. he was not a nice guy in certain things for sure. And Crazy Mouse has never dwelled on any of that stuff. Move on.
Yeah.
God, especially
Yeah, JP just said it too. Everyone's dad was being moved on.
Yeah. And it's but the thing is, there's certain things that lead me to believe he's full of shit. He's either been brainwashed by one of these LA psychiatrists or he's just doing it for attention. Because he said before how much he loved his dad. And not when he's in his 20s and, still brainwashed. Again, in his 40s. Disco, $2. Mom, love unconditional. Dad's love has conditions. Yeah, especially for boys.
Yeah.
Yep. Even well-meaning dads can screw you up. Yeah. The thing is, look, nobody's perfect. I've been a dad. I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
Not Ben, you are.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I just say that because my kids are grown up. Yeah, they're. My daughter's still here, but she's hopefully will be moving out soon if she gets this job that guys say a prayer for daughter D. She just had an interview that went
yesterday.
Well.
Right?
Yeah.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah. Yep.
My goddaughter, by the way, everyone out there.
Yes. Yep.
Very talented. Very, very talented young women.
Yeah, we are interconnected. All three of us.
This guy really, again, we've talked about this in the past. This guy has no clue what actual abuse is. He doesn't.
No.
He has no clue of what trauma is. He has no clue of what it is to actually go through your life trying your best to find it, to shake it, to have it so ingrained inside of you and just have it. He has no clue whatsoever.
And I think you've been very open too. Your dad was not the nicest guy either.
Not at all. Not at all.
So in fact, he has. These guys both have stories about their dads that I'm just sitting there man, my dad was just so normal. I mean, he wasn't there a lot of the time because he was just working so much. But that was just to provide us. But yeah, Rogan and Crazy Mouths have these stories about growing up with their dads, and I'm just man, but yeah.
But I'm better for it. I'm not whining about it.
Yeah,
I'm better for
I
it.
will say that. Other than saying the stories, neither of you guys are, oh, I guess I screwed up, but you know what? It's actually as a result of my upbringing. But you know what? When you're raised in that Hollywood bubble, they reward you for this. They reward you. All right.
Was when I realized, and it really crystallized inside of me that I was never wrong. It was.
He's like Bane.
Yeah. That's one of his big taglines too. He's going back now and reliving his life, and he said this before in other interviews. He's like, it's important for me to realize I was never wrong. Oh, really, motherfucker? Because I looked at some of his blog entries, and he was talking about being a spoiled little bitch. Shopping for a car with his Star Trek money, and his parents were like, you should really tamp it down a little bit, trying to keep him under control.
Right.
And he even admitted in his blog post, yeah, I was being a dick. Oh, but no. He was never wrong. God, this kid, I guarantee you, growing up, when he had that Star Trek money, he was go ahead, put that one back.
I
up.
will.
Yeah,
but there's exactly what we're talking
never,
about.
okay, yeah, never, yeah, exactly. That's the arrogance. Yeah, good catch there.
Hey, you handle the final.
Yeah.
I'll hire
I'm
you.
a microman. I gotta micromanage after that mousecock invasion. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's the whole. I was never wrong.
I'm never wrong. In fairness, that modify looks like verify. I'm looking at it right now. It looks just like it.
I kept saying to myself, well, maybe I'm wrong. I'm seeing it wrong.
All right, David Nixon, good to see you. $5. Wheaton was on a Perkins. I'm going to assume that's Chris Perkins live play. Not surprising, was the player that crawled up the ass of Moloch to hide from battle. Oh, did he really? Ooh, yeah. I'd like to find that one if I could, David Nixon. I think we would like to go through that at some point. If you can find the video title of it somewhere, drop it in the chat, would you? Disco Barbarian, $5. This guy's relentless. I think he is patient zero with everything that's wrong in the hobby today. Well, yeah, the hobby for sure. Yeah. I was going to say Hollywood, probably goes back a little bit further than him. But the hobby, yeah, the kind of, he was kind of like the original like celebrity, like a game. Now the game isn't about like just kids playing in their basement and, you know, kind of doing ripoffs of Conan and stuff like that. It kind of became about like, ooh, the cool, chic, nerdy thing. He did kind of start that. I equate it to like Joss Wheaton. Like as much as I did like Firefly, it had that snappy ass stupid dialogue, that smart alecky dialogue, which for that show you just kind of rolled your eyes. But it went back to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know, the whole like ironic, I guess I would just call it like ironic dialogue. Like, ooh, something epic's happening, and then boing, you know, it gets ended with like one little, you know, karate chop or something. I don't like it. It may have worked at the time to some degree, but boy, we paid the price for decades after that for that kind of smart alecky dialogue. Amuro 0079, $5. If a Babylon Bee article was a person, it would be Will Wheaton. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, succinctly put. Yeah, I was never wrong. Are you kidding me?
Relentless, non-stop, undercutting me, humiliating me, mocking me, teasing me until I would get upset and then laughing at me for getting upset.
What would he tease you about?
I mean, what wouldn't he tease me about? That the man who was my
Maybe
father
how
is
you
just
pronounce
an...
words. I don't know. I'm just...
Yeah. I like how he say can't really come. He doesn't really have any details. What wouldn't he? It's that's like the classic, like like deflection. What wouldn't he tease me about?
Be more specific. Everything. Why don't you be more specific? Everything.
Like I said, there's Ali. I think I even read it. Like he talks about a bowling day with him and his stepson and his dad. How great it was. There's another article I think I did in my video on Will Wheaton way back, early days of the channel. We talks about talking to his mom, and his mom's voice was like a warm blanket, you know, over him. Like, I love you, Mom. You're so good. Now they both turned into relentless bullies. And the funniest thing is, this is just the proof that he really is just awful. His own brother and his own sister get along great with his parents. He even admits it. He can't deny it. He's like, they love my brother and sister, but for some reason they just hate me. No, they don't hate you. You're a spoiled little brat, and they did their best to control your ego. And they obviously, it was working fine up until about 2013, 14, 15, whatever. And then all of a sudden, everything got politicized, and you found out they were, well, you knew they were hardcore Republicans. Then oh my God, they made the decision to vote for Trump, and that sets you over the edge.
Because we all know Republicans don't love their families. They don't love their sons.
Yeah, exactly.
What a douchebag.
Yeah, but I mean that's you can almost kind of see when you look at the timeline. You're like, oh yeah, and you piece together like some of the shit he said before. It's like you can kind of see it building. Like he got like probably some bad therapy, and then boom, as soon as Trump came along and he was able to like put them in that basket. It's so easy for these people. You don't have to look at people as human beings. You can just kind of put them in the basket of deplorables, as they say. That's somewhere I've been for the last 8 years. I mean, it doesn't bother me. And I don't think it actually bothers his parents. But it certainly bothers Will.
I'm sure the pain that his family had, I think that doesn't necessarily, I wouldn't imagine that would go away, but they lived through it. They don't understand it, but they can't, what can they do? They got tired of him rubbing his Star Trek money on their noses and shit. Like, he was a spoiled little bastard, and
well, it's like the Meatloaf song, right? 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah. Right there, the interviewer is asking him, how big is your wife's boyfriend's wife?
Yeah. I've seen it. It's this big. Amuro 0079 for $5. People that don't have real friends become Will Wheaton. Yeah. When you kind of grow up in that environment, you don't really have that. Yeah. It's this big.
I think the only thing that of relevance he did was Stand By Me.
And Star Trek. I mean,
well,
nobody liked him in Star Trek.
That's it. He was. Star Trek. The show was relevant. He wasn't relevant. He was hated in it.
Yeah, he was hated. Yeah, and you're right. Yeah.
Was he on the episodes with Whoopi?
Yeah, there was some overlap there. Yeah, there was definitely some. I don't know if they ever had any like major scenes together. Look, he was just somebody Star Trek fans put up with. I like Next Generation despite Will Wheaton and Wesley Crusher. And you know what? He handled it perfectly for a long time and kind of leaned into it and said, yeah, I was that kid you hated. And everybody was like, oh, look at that guy who's, kind of taking ownership, turning it on its head, all that stuff. But then, he went off the rails. Snake Oil Sean, $5. Will Wheaton suffered from being a mediocre talent with no real issues to make him special. So he imagined some, in your opinion. I think it's more than opinion, my friend. I think it's fact.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Patrick Demo, $2. Notice it's all about him not being loved. Oh, watch any interview with him, Patrick. It is maddening how he always talks about himself and how he was wronged. It's this martyr complex that these horrible people always fall into. They're the martyr. Oh my God. It's me versus the world. I mean, he was born in like an upper middle class family. He didn't have to struggle for anything. He's lying when he says he didn't want to act, because obviously he wanted to act. I just want to go home, Mama. MFer is still trying to act.
No more scenes with Sheldon.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Talk Flamingo, $5. I don't see why he's singling out his dad. The whole world mocks and belittles him. Don't we get some credit too? Yeah, I wish we would, Doc. Yeah, please, Will. Next time you're going to go after your dad, you can go after me. Betty's a Matt Colville fan. Yep. I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I would put a lot of money on that. Yeah, James for $2. His wife and his mother, the same age.
Don't doubt it.
James is always throwing curveballs at us. He's always throwing curveballs.
Is that a curveball?
Yeah, was that a curveball? All right, let's continue.
Asshole. He's selfish. He's cruel. He's a bully. Nothing I was ever going to do was ever going to be enough for that man. Ever.
All right, so here's listen closely here. That's him talking about his daddy. This was Will at the age of 40.
I called my dad and asked him if he wanted to go to lunch instead. He suggested we go bowling and then go to lunch. Now, I'm a terrible bowler and not a huge fan, but I love doing things with my dad. And I love doing things with my boys. So bowling was more of an excuse to spend more time together than we would if we only went to lunch. It was truly wonderful to have 3 generations of Wheaton men together. It meant the world to me to spend the day with the people I love, both as father and son. In this video, I say that I won at bowling. The more I think about it, today I kind of feel like I won at life.
So he went from winning at life by spending a day with his dad and loving it to, 4 years later, finds out dad's a Trump voter.
Right.
Sorry, Dad, you got to go. It's that, I mean, they call it like the woke mind virus. Like Elon Musk is always calling it that. Look, when one of the smartest guys in the world, right now he is the most successful guy in the world. He could be the world's first trillionaire at some point. When he's calling it a mind virus, because that's pretty much how he calls it, how he sees it, it is. It is a disease that gets into your mind, and it is so hard to stamp out. That's why, it's like, I know it's like you hate the sin, but you love the sinner. Until they've gone like irredeemably bad, like Will. Like Will is just too far gone, but it is so hard to get this virus out of people's minds. This just unabashed hatred that they live with. Me and Mrs. D were talking about this. Go ahead and throw up snake oil Sean's there. But we were just talking about being around some of these people because we do know them in real life, some of them. And it's like you can almost feel like a heaviness when you talk to them. Like, they feel a certain way, and it's like you're trying to be nice and light, but there's
you feel like you're always walking on eggshells
Yeah.
when you talk to them.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
like-
got a guard on everything I say.
Yeah, you're kind of like holding back a little, but you can also kind of read them too. Like they have this weight. There's like an aura about them that's just kind of like a heaviness. It's like, man, it's like I feel, in some ways I feel so bad.
Don't they
it's like,
call those people wet blankets?
yeah, I mean, essentially that's kind of what they are, but it's like full time. I mean, it's just nonstop.
It's got to be exhausting. I would imagine that would have
Before
to
you
be
get to that
exhausting.
one, here's Patty's out.
Oh, speaking of being dad, dinner, getting ready, going to play. So yeah. Oh, Hero Quest. Good for you, buddy. Love you gues. Hope to see you. Yep. Love you too, Patty. Take care and
Patty.
have fun, my man. Hope all is well, buddy. Snake Oil Sean. He's been a Justicia for a long time, and he is
invented.
Yeah, he was a Mr. Moneybucks for making others Justiciars.
Oh,
other
yes.
levels. Yes. So thank you as always, Snake Oil Sean. For imposter syndrome to apply, Will Wheaton would have had to have had more successes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. If you're still living off of Stand By Me from 1984 or 1985, come on now. Oof.
My dad forced me to do a Stephen King movie. He was so abusive.
Cry?
That so much. I went into the house and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I just crawled onto her and sobbed.
I just don't even know what to say. Obviously, this woman hasn't had a real man. With all due, no
Hey,
respect.
woman.
Yeah.
Why don't you come down here? I'll show you what a real man's are.
Yeah.
Like
I
Mr. T.
can't imagine it. Crawl in my wife's lap and start sobbing. What the? She'd kick me to the curb.
Clubber Lang.
Here's the thing. Like, and I think Jordan Peterson actually talks about this. If you're a woman, they're trying to convince you that this is what you want in a guy, but it's not true. Like at a evolutionary level, a fundamental level, you are revolted by this. Women are revolted by it in potential spouses because it shows weakness,
Right.
and an inability to protect the family. Strong men hate it too for the same reason, because they despise weakness.
Yeah. Right.
So if you are strong, either like really mentally strong or like physically strong, when you see a grown man, like I said, not for like a reason, like I just found out my, whatever, whoever died, okay, we're not talking about that. We're talking about like, I just can't, that whole thing today.
By nature.
Yeah. I just can't. And I crawled up in her and I cried. That is revolting behavior for strong men and women. Now, some women convince themselves that they like it because it gives them a one-up on their spouse, and they think that's what they want. Now, what they think they want and what they need are two different things. What they need is a match. Ideally, you want a tete-a-tete, a good, strong relationship, nice back and forth. Not one where the man is subservient and always like, like Crazy Mouse said, like walking on eggshells around the wife, or just feeling free to exhibit feminine behavior. No, you can't. It's not, from an evolutionary perspective, like how we wouldn't be talking if that's the way our forefathers
Right.
Acted.
Back in the day, in the tribe, no man, no leader is going to want to carry that guy.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, like strong guys, like you said, the chief or the leader is
they
going to
don't-
look at him and be like, "Nah,
right.
You got to go."
Yeah,
like
because,
we need guys who, when the other tribe attacks,
Yeah.
aren't going to go crawl up into their wife into
Right.
their tent and go boo hoo.
Right. And when it gets rough, that one is not trusted. That one is weak. He's not trusted. The weak link breaks the chain.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. Dark Knight of Hibernia, 5 euro. I'm not the best son. I'm not very close with my dad. But I'd be ashamed if I treated my family the way Wheaton does. Yep.
Amen.
I should hang out with Dad. Dark Knight of Hibernia, do it sooner rather than later. We all saw with Shauner, like you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
We got a new chat member here. What do we do here?
Henry Dunn. Genuine question, as I've stumbled upon this stream. Do you guys even like D&D? It seems like every video on this channel is, shitting on the... All right, he's a hater.
I know.
Genuinely
My
curious.
question to Henry would be...
Yeah, I mean, the thing is... All right,
so you just stumbled, but you watched a lot of videos.
All right, so Henry, I am going to take your question on the level. I hate what D&D has become, and I think you'll find most of the chat has too. If you can just rewind a little bit, you'll see PETA putting in a bunch of classes for the new edition. I think it's the new edition, or is it?
It's fifth edition. It's 5e point whatever,
yeah,
5
yeah,
whatever.
I don't know what it was.
Who knows?
But yeah, like prestige classes or subclasses, whatever the F they call it. So to answer your question, look, I played 5e. We played 5e up till a year ago, but just original 5e was okay. Certainly had its good points. Just kind of became untenable after a while. Just a lot for like the DM to kind of overcome. Right now we're fine. We're playing Castles and Crusades. And by the way, we have a 30-year campaign. So I don't think I'm some tourist. I've been running weekly games since 1991. So
I just find it, Henry, that you stumbled upon, but yet watched all the videos.
So you just stumbled on the stream, but so it's like I'm trying to take you at the level, and I still will.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's my answer.
I put it
no.
up there, Double D, because I was calling him out.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yep.
Yeah,
And John Edgar
always.
responded, and
it's more about what those-
Magnificent is on
Yeah.
him as well.
Yeah.
And tripped and fell and found this channel. WTF.
Well, I tell you what, Henry, you found the channel and you're watching. I hope that you do find some value in it. You know, some humor in it, something. You know, go back and look at some of the other videos. Look at all the videos.
Yeah.
I promise you're going to get a chuckle. You're going to find some tremendous insight, and you're going to say, "Holy fuck, I agree." Or like, yeah, I believe in that, or I've done that. You're going to find all of those things. You're going to find more in common than you can imagine.
That's a guy trying to protect his job from screwing up earlier with the firewall.
No, it's my fault.
I blame both of you.
Thanks a lot, Mouse.
I passed Double D a note when you weren't looking.
Go ahead, put up Dark Knight. €5 Dark Knight of Hibernia. I've never had a relationship, and I'm a sensitive soul. But even I would never behave like that with my future wife. Be sad, not weak. Look, you can. Here's the thing, Dark Knight of Hibernia. As a man, here's our little secret. You can cry. You know what you do? You say, "I'm gonna go upstairs and turn in early." And if you need to work out some things in the pillow and just do a little crying to get it out, that's fine. You are by yourself, and that is kind of like you working through things and getting rid of all that stuff.
Got to do it.
Yeah, displaying it in front of your wife without a solid reason. We're not talking about like heavy things that happen in life where you're caught off guard and it's just an all too human
Not
reaction.
because you forgot your suitcase.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not because you've just had it. You're just so stressed thinking about that time your dad yelled at you for overflowing the bathtub because you were a little
hot water bird, baby.
Little monkey, yeah. Patrick Demo, $10. Real talk. I have crippling imposter syndrome. I have serious confidence issues, and I think I am wholly undeserving of the angel I have married. She is indeed an angel, a very lovely woman.
Absolutely.
I got to meet both of you. Yeah, Rogan and I both did. Even I look at Will and think, God damn, I'm not so bad. Patrick, you are a good man, and you are talented. You do not have imposter syndrome. You may have it, but in your case, don't worry because you deserve the success that you have attained.
Absolutely.
We loved your little card game. Me and Mrs. D, we played it. We played it that night. We bought it. I loved it. Disco Barbarian, $5. Henry, are you new to just the channel? Or the hobby, or humanity. We have always had discussions like this. Yeah, I guess
And Disco followed that up right there, buddy.
Yeah. $2. No hate, dude, if you come with genuines. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to run them off. So, Henry, if you're an honest broker.
He hasn't shown up since.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you just came to, like, say that, then okay.
He's taking it in. All right.
Here he is. I got you, Henry.
Hello, I'm into OSR stuff, and this channel was my recommended. I'm not some 5e glazer. Okay. Guys, let's give Henry all due respect.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right, so
We do like the game. Don't like what it's become.
Yeah. And I guess you would call us
play branch-offs of the game.
Yeah, and I think you'd call us like OSR, kind of.
The reason all these people are here is because at some point they played this game.
Yeah. Now listen, Henry, also, let me warn you. I've chosen the path of pain. I could have been like Professor Dungeon Master and, Bob the World Builder and just gone straight down the middle. Instead, I like calling Will Wheaton a cuck retard. And I'm not afraid to say I'm voting for Trump. So I know that pushes away a lot of people. And look, I'm going to say, look, you're all welcome here. But I mean, if you're a leftist lunatic, there's not going to be much here that you're going to like. But still. So that does limit my audience. I know that. But I would rather trade off the ability to say what I want to say than have, probably 10 times the number of subscribers I already have. But I think I've done pretty well for the little niche I'm in. Disco Barbarian, $2. Henry, pull up a chair and have a beer or two. Yes, absolutely.
Like
MVP.
Again, I think he hit some scratchers.
Yeah, scratch, yeah. Henry Dunn, appreciate it. Yeah, you're welcome here, buddy. Like I said, and look, if maybe you don't like some of the political stuff, and look, this is not an expressly political show. I will occasionally throw in especially during election season, I'll throw in like a Trump video or something. At the end, like a music video or something. But we don't genuinely talk politics per se here. Sometimes when it intersects with pop culture stuff, that's all. So anyway, that's the hint. That's the
all
hint.
just about three guys sitting around shooting shit.
Yeah, you have to understand.
And we have no idea sometimes. Double D has an idea where he wants to go with the show.
He does all the legwork.
I guarantee he didn't want to talk about girls from the 70s and 80s last week.
No.
It just happened.
It's organic.
We liked it.
We liked it.
Look, these are my two ride or dies. They're sitting like 10 feet from me here. So
not wearing a mask.
Yep. All right, let's continue with.
Oh my God.
How you doing today? I'm having a rough mental health day.
He was saying, "Oh my God," as if to say, "You did that."
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, oh, what's your particular flavor of Fun Brain Club? Like those things.
So I heard about Larry David assaulting Elmo on live television, but didn't watch it until now because I knew it would upset me. Holy shit. It's even worse than I thought. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Elmo is like the best friend to multiple generations of children. In the Sesame Street universe, Elmo is a child who is currently putting mental health and caring for others in the spotlight. And Larry fucking David did that and thought it was gonna be funny? What? What an asshole. What a stupid, self-centered, tone-deaf asshole. Full disclosure, all the time when I was growing up, my dad would grab me by the shoulders and he'd shake me while he screamed in my face. He choked me more than once. He was always out of control, always in a furious rage, and always terrified.
Shut up, Wesley.
I feel like, was he screaming at you at the bowling alley?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like how it just goes from like, oh, he was a bully. He would verbally, bully me. Because that Larry David thing, that's one of his more recent like blow-ups before this one with Zach Levi. And now it's like gone full throttle. Like, yeah, MFer was trying to choke me out.
Choked me on more than one occasion.
Yeah, like the freaking like Undertaker or something. Good Lord. Oh,
my dad chokeslammed me.
Yeah. God. Oh. James, $5. Double D is such a gentleman. I would have told someone to F off already. No, because sometimes I've done that and I've regretted it because like eventually I'd be reconnected with them. They'd be like, man, you were a real jerk. And it's like, yeah, I probably was. So I will accept being a little bit of like a schmuck and having someone play me just a little bit if it means like giving someone the benefit of the doubt. And look, if they, if they're not honest brokers, then okay, well, now I know. Now I know you can just F off. Like, who's that guy? The guy from Condor's chat, remember he came in here?
Yeah.
Like he was a former.
I don't know what his name is, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but that moron.
Then we have somebody from the Corn Boy. His dude.
Yeah. But those guys are upfront cunts. I mean, they're just, they're, you know who they are already. So there's no helping them.
Trump is a racist. Remember that one from Saturday Night Live?
No.
Larry David was in the crowd. Donald Trump was the host. And Larry David just starts yelling, Trump is a racist. And he's like, who is that? And then he's like, what? Someone paid me to say it.
Oh, so that was back when Trump was like getting along with all these people. They all loved him. I love how they all loved him until he started running for president. Good SNL bit. Yeah, I guess I'll have to look that one back up. I know he dressed up in a chicken suit for that, didn't he? Like he was doing like a
Donald Trump did, or
or maybe somebody else. Somebody else was dressed up. He was doing like a Donald
Who's the guy
Trump
that
like
does
chicken
a great Trump
place.
impression now? He's a comedian.
Oh, I can't think of his
name.
name.
Is it Shane Gillis or something like that?
That I don't know.
Some comedian does a very good Trump impression, and also he does impressions of like Jamaican people, but he's white, so people like can't stand him because of that.
Sounds like my kind of guy. Cal Vano, our fearless moderate. Cal, thank you so much. Thank you for showing up all the time, patrolling the grounds. Cal is our hero. $2. Just wait until Matt C gets into televangelism.
Oh, we'll be in trouble.
Hello, everybody. Boy, I almost sounded like him there, didn't I? Almost sounded like Money Matt.
They then thinks it's Shane Gillis as well.
Shane Gillis, okay. I'll have to look that up too. So I got to look up the Larry David Trump SNL.
Yeah, a lot of work to do tonight.
I know, man.
And playoff baseball.
Playoff baseball, and then I got to get ready. We're going to a small convention south of Cleveland this weekend. Con on the Cob. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it's nice. We're playing a game. I'm gonna run a game, kind of incognito. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we actually need to just get out. Our daughter's having like 5 girls over. They're gonna go to wineries and stuff. They're coming up from like Pittsburgh. So me and Mrs. D are like, it's gonna be a crowded house. So we're like, what can we do? And she's like, you know what? There's that convention. I'm like, let's do it. So, all right. Good Lord, Wesley.
So you've never really loved what you've done?
No. I mean, I enjoy being on the set.
What a fun!
But I enjoy it. Plus the pay's not bad.
I enjoy the money. I enjoy being on set. I just what, you don't like being in front of the camera? Obviously, you love being in front of the camera. So what don't you like, MFer?
Oh, it's not that bad.
I don't love giving blowjobs. I like having a dick in my mouth.
It's paid all the bills.
Oh my God, I love how he just immediately like oh yeah, well I kind of like this and that.
Enjoy being around other artists.
Hey, look who showed up.
T-shirted. Yes, he is T-shirted. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, he is wearing a mask.
What if he was wearing that mask?
That would actually make him interesting. Crazy Mouse, yeah. Yeah, oh my God.
Maybe he's Mouse Cock.
Oh, I never put it together. I made that video on Wheaton
and then,
like 2 years ago.
And then Mouse Cock showed up.
It was like several months later.
He's
now he would have
enough.
experience. Has he ever been like a director and stuff like that?
Oh, I'm sure he's directed like
so he would
little
know
episodes
shit on a computer.
I bet you like Big Bang Theory or whatever he was on. I guarantee you he like said like, hey, you mind if I direct a couple episodes?
But
and
don't you think he would know his way around a computer?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's the king of the nerds.
So
king of the nerds.
Not for nothing.
I think you're onto something.
He might know a computer better than me, so he outsmarted me.
I was going to say this isn't going to get you out of trouble completely. You understand? I know what you're trying to do there. You're trying to talk yourself out of it.
I just think that maybe it was him.
Yeah. But yeah, that is a legit.
There's the mask.
Yeah.
All this guy needs is some mouse ears.
Charity is, one of the 7 cardinal virtues. Double D. Yep. Dark Knight of Hibernia, €2. Yep. Yep. God. This guy. I think there's...
He strives and strives and strives to be relevant.
Long Shot's got a jet.
Oh, yeah. Take care, Long Shot.
Good night,
Thank
Long
you.
Shot.
1 second. I want to go back. Good. You can clear that, and then I'll take over. I got it. All right. I almost want to go back and just watch that little part again. All right.
Never really loved what you've done.
No. I mean, I enjoy being on the set. I enjoy being around other artists. I love being around other artists.
No. Well, actually, I love.
It is where I feel the most at home. It's where I feel the most safe. It's where I feel like I'm around people who have the same weird expressive thing that I have. So I love being on the set, right? Getting to...
So your dad helped you find an outlet.
Oh, his mom. His mom is the one that pushed him into acting.
Your mom helped you find an outlet, and then later on you bastardized it and then demonized them.
Yeah. His dad just bullied him and made fun of him. I mean, look, if I was Will's dad, I'd probably make fun of him a little bit too. But
the set sucks. Like traffic.
Ryan is here, and he's going to help the cleanup in North Carolina.
Shit.
Oh, wow. Ryan. Yeah, put that up if you would. Let's get that up there so people can see it. Ryan. God bless you. God bless you, sir.
Yeah. My sister-in-law, Cindy and Landon, are in North Carolina. And Mrs. Mouse was talking to them, and they got some, a lot of rain, but like nothing like the hurricane stuff.
My sister is now in Gainesville, Florida, but they used to live in Lake City, Florida, which is kind of like it's like in the north of Florida, right in the middle. But I guess the hurricane went right through there, and we were there one time. So it's a sleepy little town, and I guess my sister said they just got hammered. They got hammered.
Dark Knight. I put this up for Double D.
Oh, I'm a jet too. Early morning. Thanks for the show. I hope my donations are enough to show. Dark Knight.
Absolutely.
More than enough.
Yeah. Are you kidding?
Thank you so much.
Very generous.
Thank you. Yes, all you guys who do this. Like I said, the thing is, it would sound so sappy if just I was the whole show. That was all I was saying. But trust me, you're giving me money for essentially cracking wise and just giving you the thoughts off the top of my head. Now I do some preparation too, and I am okay at what I do. But still, it humbles me. Thank you.
Me and Rogan are okay what we do. We worked really hard to stop that thing. Will Wheaton just outsmarted us. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Will. All right.
Will Wheaton got over on us.
All right.
You got arch nemesis.
Yeah, we're gonna take care of that. Some courses pronto. Jeffram, Canadian $10. Thank you. The fetishization of victimhood is disturbing. It is. Yeah, we all have bad days, some worse than others, of course. But we never used to act like it was a badge of honor. Yes, this whole thing, like I'm mentally ill and it's okay. I don't need to change or I don't need to get better. You just need to accept it and say, I'm sorry for you,
and not donate to Chuck's freaking charity.
Oh yeah, the ironic thing.
Yeah.
And, for Wheaton, it's all he has left, and it's just sad. It is, Jefferman. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the worst part. Yeah, like he claims to be mentally ill and is literally telling you to take money out of the pocket of a charity that helps mentally ill people. Man, my appreciation for Zach Levi has just grown. I always loved him, just he seemed like a real super nice guy. And the thing is, we all sort of knew he was like kind of like a libertarian. I think that's really all he is, like because he didn't come out at first in support of the Don. But you could just tell he's a different kind of a cat, kind of like Aaron Rodgers in the NFL. Just kind of thinks a little differently, isn't afraid to go against the grain. It's just it's such a vanilla thing. Like the guy I wanted to have run for president is not going to run anymore, but he is fully endorsing this other guy so he can be part of that administration. Oh, well, I'm going to support that guy. And now all of a sudden he's discovering, and unfortunately he's going to discover too just how bad Hollywood is. So, ugh.
People are comparing the opposite of Will Wheaton with Michael Biehn.
Was also from Terminator, Aliens, good actor.
Tombstone.
Oh yeah. All right, Lunger. Why Johnny Ringo? Yeah, good actor.
I was just fooling about.
I was just fooling.
I wasn't.
I like when they go in for the Pharaoh game, and Ike Clanton's just like, "Law don't play around here, Law dog." Meanwhile, Powers Booth just wins, and he's like, "Yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah.
Shut up, Ike." He's paying me money. Yeah, Snake Oil Sean $2 spot on. Jeff from Denkar. Yeah, absolutely. Is very well said. Yeah, for sure. This is sad, but the thing is, with social media and all this stuff, like, you're kind of exposed to it. Like, it has a reach that it never had before. See, before social media, you'd act like this, and your friends would go, "Dude, just shut up."
Oh yeah.
Like nobody's listening to you. Like, and we're getting tired of listening to you.
Yeah.
Talk about your dad and like bullying. Didn't he do anything good for you? And then you'd be forced to say like, "Well, yeah, I guess he took me bowling."
He choked me after.
He choked me, but still. And they'd be like, "Well, be thankful he didn't kill you." And he did take you bowling, right? You had fun. You probably got fries afterward.
I'll tell you who wished they never went bowling was that guy in that movie, There Will Be Blood.
Eli.
At the end, he gets whipped with a bowling pin.
"Give me the blood, Eli. Give me the blood." I am the seventh revelation.
Travel sucks. Auditions suck.
Being on the set for 14 hours sucks.
It sucks. All that shit sucks.
You ain't on a set for 14 hours. You had a small role in Big Bang Theory. You ain't on there for 14 hours.
Yeah.
You show up and do 4 lines and you're out.
He's probably going back to Next Generation, or maybe that was true. But good Lord. I mean, that was, what are we talking, 30 some years ago?
If he was on his set for 14 hours, he was busy running around putting his nose where it shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Being a pest.
All the way over there.
But when you're in a scene, when I'm in a scene with somebody and something cool happens.
He's so effeminate. So effeminate.
Something happens in an improv moment that neither one of us expected, or the director's like, I think we're going to try this in a oneer and let's see if we can make it work. And you pull it off, right? Like, just that stuff feels so good. Important context, I think, is that I didn't want to be an actor when I was a kid. My parents forced me to do it.
Oh.
My mother made me do it. My mother coached me to go into her agency and tell the children's agent, I want to do what mommy does. And then through a combination of incredible emotional abuse from my father and a lot of manipulation using me from my mother, like, really put me in that place.
Just tired of it. And also, too, I mean, I don't know how much money you have. You certainly have some royalties from like Star Trek and that coming in. You can't afford a fucking microphone, dude.
He was so forced to be in movies, but when he was an adult, he still did acting.
Yeah.
Just like this clip says.
Yeah. Yep. By the way, I wrote that at the bottom there. This is all going to be part of an aborted video. So yeah, I was trying to make points on this stuff.
Popularity and critical and popular acclaim for Stand By Me came very quickly and like almost all at once. And I recall thinking,
that's not my noodling music, by the way.
Oh, this is so cool. I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to see what happens next.
I was a kid.
You can't afford a Blue Yeti microphone. Will, they're like $79. Probably even cheaper now. Patrick Demo, $2. Forced to be an actor. Oh, F off Wesley. Yes, Patrick. Thank you. It's the privilege of this a-hole, and I mean that not in like the new terminology, but just like growing up, like fucking. I guess I do, because in this case, it applies. This upper middle class. Your mom gets you into a profession because she knows people. Oh, but I hated it, but I still kept doing it. And oh boy, I loved all the shit that it brought. I just hated doing it, but I loved all the good things that it brought into my life.
Now, did any of
including his wife?
Did any of his other siblings were they forced to know? Did they try acting at all, or not at all?
No, they didn't want to.
So why you know, was he the youngest, or was he the oldest, or, you know, or was he the dumb one in the corner they didn't know what to do with?
I love that imagery. Like he's cross-eyed over there. Like, what are we gonna do with this little shit
with him?
The mom's probably like, I guess I can teach him how to play. You know, put some makeup on and be a fucking actor.
You can't play ball. He just sits in the corner there and chews on the paint chips.
I love
Get
that
him outta
imagery
here.
now. Like, what are we gonna do with this guy? I think you might be onto something there, Rogan. Don't think that gets you out of trouble for earlier, okay?
I know.
It's still a dramatic failure. Snake Oil Sean can't afford a decent mic, but still has to come to hack Double D's live stream. Yes. Yeah, he is suspect number one as to who's behind the mouse cock.
I thought it's a done deal, to be honest.
I need proof. You know, I'm like Missouri. I'm the show me state. Right?
We just showed you the mask he wears. It was in that interview.
I think those were a little different. I think that was the Jason mask. He's got more like a Dr. Doom mask. Mouse cock.
So it's Robert. So mouse cock's Robert Downey Jr.
I wouldn't say that.
Robert Downey Jr. If you're out there listening, thank you. First off, thank you.
Yeah.
But let us know if you're a mouse cock.
Yeah, please.
Kid who was never supported at home. I was never defended. My parents never stood up for me.
He looks like he's a mechanic right there. With his color tone and
yeah. He could almost pass for it until he opens his mouth.
You're gonna need 2 quarts of Valvoline.
Yeah, he just gesticulates a little bit.
We had to put a jar of blinker oil in.
Mm-hmm. The blinker fluid's low on this one. Yep.
Oh, she'll run you.
Sorry. That Kniffler valve's coming a little loose.
And your photo streams, they're all jacked up.
Adults in my home did not treat me well and did not take care of me. Who was being screamed at by his father, the people who are my parents, and how they treated me. Awful moment of my entire life. The moment where my parents just sold me. Just being able to say, like, you did this to me and it was wrong. Yeah.
You sold him. Now it's gone from like verbally abusive to choking. Now they've literally sold him into white slavery.
You know, he
Kunta
is,
Kinte over here.
Yeah.
He is doing a tremendous disservice to people out there that actually went through some horrors growing up, who went through abuse. He's doing a tremendous disservice to anybody out there that's had to deal with anything like that. You know, he's a monstrous fucker.
It's like he's getting worse too. Like all this stuff is like it gets worse because he keeps having to try to top himself with like the abuse.
Cal's kind of putting that out there too. He's got it like overly explained.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
My child abuse experience, my child exploitation experience is a fundamental part of who I am. Because I am better than the bully who was my father, and I am better than the attention-starved narcissist who was my mother.
The thing is, like, his father was like an anesthesiologist of like some like either like local or regional renown.
Right.
So he literally is more important to society. He's probably saved lives than his son was.
And I think it's real important when we talk about mental health and we talk about survival and we talk about trauma, it's real important that we center our survival experience and that we all share the survival experience regardless of what our individual traumas were, how long they lasted. It's not a contest. Like we're all members, you know, we've all experienced trauma and we need to center ourselves in our recovery. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah, so I remember writing that because I was listening to it. I'm like, holy shit, he's just completely like, he's now created this fantasy world where his father's quote unquote abuse is equivalent to people who are legitimately like molested.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so maddening. This is the thing. This is like when I get like white hot anger because it's such complete narcissism. And yeah, I probably shouldn't. Probably shouldn't go on. I would say something. I'd probably get the stream struck down. Patrick Demo, $2. Attention starved narcissist, projecting much. Yep. Well, that should be on his tombstone, Patrick.
On my wife's, I sent her to the. It's funny you said that about tombstones. I asked if she could bring home some lime from the grocery store, and then when she forgot it, she said, "We don't have enough money for limes." I said that should be on your tombstone.
No, hold on. That reminds me of a movie.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn,
Mrs. Mouse.
When he about the lemons.
Yes.
Yeah. You'd have enough money for a lime, like 50 cents. It's like,
Benjathan Snortikins. £5.
Good day, mate.
British. French term for this. Mythomania. When you lie so much, your lies become your true reality. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We saw that with like O.J. Simpson.
Well, we also see it every once in a while. Remember, it's not a lie if you believe it. It's Costanza,
Yeah.
who we liken to someone in our circle.
Yes. Yes.
Remember, it's not a lie. How can I beat this lie detector test?
I have PTSD, I have anxiety, and I have depression. I'm not ashamed.
Tell you have PTSD to a soldier.
Yes.
And see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see him in a circle with like five soldiers from Fallujah, like 3 more from Afghanistan, a couple others from various other places. Oh yeah, an IED exploded. I saw my buddy's head, fly off.
But your parents made you act.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
PTSD,
but you don't.
Yeah, man, you had it much rougher than I did.
You
My
don't.
apologies.
Yeah, you don't understand though. I mean, she was really hard on me. Oh, you mean she wanted you to be good? Well, yeah, and then I earned a lot of money, and I was a real dick when I went out and like tried to buy cars, and I told my parents, "F off! I want this little mini bike."
And then I kept acting.
Yeah, and then I kept acting. So my dad said, "Hey, Junior, you mind reining it in a little bit?" Which is really abusive if you think about it. I could just see all of them like looking at each other, like let's get this guy.
About any of that. Why would I be? Taking pills isn't like taking meds is not a bad idea. Because I was terrified of my personality changing. I was just so afraid. My mother had drilled that fear so intensely into me. The only thing that changed is that I didn't feel awful anymore.
This guy's not self-reflecting at all. He's prescribing himself things that exist but don't apply to him. I think someone put it in there about whatever it was earlier. I can't even put it to words right now. It is so disturbing to listen to him. So much. This cockamamie crap. When there are people out there, again, we've already said it, that have gone through a god awful lot. You've mentioned soldiers in any war, coming back and dealing with some shit that it's difficult for them to explain unless they can explain it to other people that have dealt with that.
Yeah.
He's got this imaginary shit going on. He's a professional victim, and he's just fucking riding it like a.
Well, don't forget, he's also a professional actor.
Yeah. So some of this is performative for sure.
I think Stand By Me is his only valid thing because on Big Bang Theory he played himself.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they knew we should go bowling with his dad. I'm game. I would love to get the stories from his dad or his brother or his mother.
Absolutely.
Oh God, if there was some way to reach out to him, I would love for them to come on my channel. I say this right
here. I just as a dad, if I thought for a moment, one of my children were agonizing about me, boy, that would destroy me. I would do absolutely anything I could, the hardest or soft way I could, to reinvent myself, to mend that fence, or to understand where they're coming from. That would be my sole goal, is to do that. In life, there are people and fathers out there that are pretty shitty, but this dude fucking reaped the hell of a benefit from what his parents did for him.
I would just look at it like a balance sheet. I'm an accountant. Like, all right, maybe I had to work long hours. Maybe I did feel like I was being yanked here and there, but it's like I got fame, I got money. I met my wife because I was an actor. And I mean, he 100% did. It was like some Hollywood party that he got dragged to. His friends, he's like friends with that Chris Hardwick. So I would just look at it like a normal person would be like, there was some good things, there's some bad things. Overall, I've had a good life. I'm just gonna be a force for good, and just kind of like, if I have any problems with mom and dad, I'm just gonna kind of choke them down a little bit and just be a good kid. But like, this is where the woke mind virus comes in, because that is what is underpinning all of this, is this destructive thing that's, literally tearing families apart. I think we're almost at the end here.
These people who are in their 70s complain about how nobody wants to work. And the thing is, like, look, if you want people to work, you got to make it worth their while. Right. And I'm loving seeing right now that there are people who are talking to each other about predatory companies and how companies are exploiting workers and demanding, listen, I would love to come work for you, but you're not going to handle my mental health care, and you're not going to handle my prenatal care, and I want paternal leave. And these are things that I want. And if
you don't need paternal leave, Will. You're shooting blanks, or you can't. Yeah, you've never consummated anything.
If you're not going to give them to me, someone will, because guess what? Workers are really in demand right now. I meet a lot of gay men who loved Wesley Crusher and thought he was cute and had a big crush on him. This defining characteristic of me in my entire childhood of just feeling unseen and unheard and minimized, and that nobody ever had my back. Yeah. And somebody once said,
I thought you were the center of attention, even though you were being abused. Isn't that what happens? Aren't you the center of attention when your dad's choking you out? Instead, now he's just ignoring him. Before they were exploiting him, taking advantage of him, stealing his money, abusing him, laughing at him, pointing at him. Guess what? When all that stuff happens, you are the center of attention. Theoretically, it's all bad, but seeing as it never happened, that doesn't matter. But now they're just ignoring you. He can't keep his stories straight. This guy's never worked a real job, and he feels qualified. Yes, exactly. Oh, God, yeah. That kind of pissed me off when I was putting this together. I love it. He really is kind of like, if you saw Money Matt earlier talking about rubbing shoulders with the hoi polloi, that's this guy. He doesn't want to associate with his fans. I mean, he wants to keep, grubbing up the chain in Hollywood and keep that little flicker of fame that he has left still lit.
To me, you have
perfect niche for him. It really is the professional victim. He gets sympathy from the core people that he wants his sympathy from. He gets his word out. He gets to reinvent his childhood over and over and over again.
Yeah, it was pretty apparent when he came out with the his initial blast at his parents. Oh, this is the way he's going, and then he was starting to do it. Gave him a little boost just when Big Bang Theory was going off the air. So I'm just oh yeah, this is his next career step. Yeah, for sure. Let's go Sean $2. I bet he meets a lot of gay men. Comment.
Let's talk about a group of people that honestly have had to deal with trauma in their lives. Honestly, I mean, the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s weren't very kind to them.
For sure.
Not at all. There's real trauma right there.
Yep. Well, yeah, and some of these guys would convince you nowadays it's just as bad as ever. It's no, nobody cares, literally. Canadian, $5, Jeffrem. I would question how he compares himself with Stand By Me co-star Corey Feldman, a man who has called out Hollywood's culture concerning children. Yeah, their quote-unquote culture, and we all know what we're talking about there, for sure. Yeah, Corey Feldman is actually trying to do something. This is a pity party.
Really big, nobody had my back, so I've got yours energy. I was 47 when I finally said, I'm done with this. Right. Well, I was 7 when I wanted to quit. Yeah. It took me 40 years to be able to quit doing it. Star Trek and the Big Bang Theory are incredible. That stands on the shoulders of Stand By Me. And in between Star Trek and the Big Bang Theory, I had long runs on Leverage and Eureka. Yeah. It's these things that sort of carried me through to those things. I'm really lucky that people have wanted to work with me and that I've been able to kind of sustain.
They don't anymore.
Yeah. just so ponderous. He keeps going back and forth. I hated doing it. I wanted to quit since I was 7. But look at this, I'm so glad to be able to work and
keep afloat in between these really big things that are hugely consequential. And it's just a thing that I'm super grateful for. Not everybody gets to do it.
Yep. Half calf, double soy, venti, douche. Good to see you, Joe.
Wow, that was draining.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
It's the jacket.
It's the jacket.
Injun Joe. Hey y'all.
Yep.
Call a wambulance. Says overkill. Joe. That's not mine. That's not mine.
I know. I see it. Attaboy, Joe. Attaboy. Call the wambulance.
We have a guy at work who tells stories. He gets involved in conversations. He butts himself in, and we call him the topper because we talk about something, and he has to top it, and then he has to top that, and then he has to top that.
Mm-hmm.
And this reminds me of him, of Wheaton here. He told a story. Yeah. Now the story is different. Now the story is a little bit worse. Now the story is monstrously worse. And they ignored me. I was alone. They abused me. And that I was never to sell on scene. And then they jacked me up and strangled me. And like, Jesus, just top it. Let's do it, dude.
Yep.
He's
Sean says I was 46 when I stopped getting jobs in Hollywood. Yeah, that's how you can read that. Thank you, Sean. Yeah. As an aside, like I know that applies to Wheaton, but just in general, I don't like one-uppers.
Yeah.
These people, you tell them something. Oh, well, let me tell you something about this. I've instilled that in my kids. Occasionally, Mrs. D I'll find her doing it, and I'll be like, "Stop that," and she'll be like, "Oh yeah." But I've instilled it in especially my daughter. I'll be like, honey, talking to someone, don't try to one-up them. Instead, ask questions, probe deeper, give and take. If they're meant to be like a close friend, you'll give and take with them, and they'll hopefully ask you questions where
if you're going to become in a relationship, friendly, romantically, whatever, your story will eventually come out about that thing that you wanted to one-up them on, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll be your turn to tell that story, but it's not right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Don't. Yeah. If you guys find yourself doing that in the chat, just stop doing it. Don't be a one-upper.
Don't be a topper.
Yep. Topper, one-upper, however you want to call it. Yeah. Instead, just always be the guy or the girl that says, "Oh, really? Tell me more about that," and then just listen. Like.
It's they want to tell you their story. Let them do it. Sit back and enjoy it. Don't change the channel on them and tell them yours.
Yeah. It is a tough skill because you do have to listen and kind of process things. And sometimes people don't want to do that. They're just like, well, I have this percolating up at the top of my head. So the minute somebody gives me an opening, and literally the opening is they talk to you, and you're not even listening to them, and then you just kind of regurgitate what you've been just dying to get off of your chest. It's gotten to the point where with my mother-in-law, like my wife will call. Like it's getting to the point now. I mean, God bless her, but my wife will say hello, and then it's just like it's literally 25 minutes of her mother just talking about stuff, and she'll put the phone down sometimes and just look at me and be like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. She's your mom. We love her, of course, but it's like she doesn't. Her mother at times just doesn't want to listen to anybody. She just wants to talk and like get that out there. And that's usually the sign that there's something a little hinky going on, a little bit of narcissism inside of you. Purge that. Get rid of that. You don't want to end up like Will Wheaton, do you? Your wife will be banging the pool boy.
And the chef,
Javier,
and the gardener, and the single dad next door.
And as Chris Jericho once said, and the popcorn vendor in row 15. Way to go, Louie. Well, I think we can do just a little tiny bit of O&R, Otto and Rorik, and then let these fine people go. Well, it's been an eventful show. if you joined us late, you're gonna want to go back and watch.
I think everything went.
How did it go?
Just fine. I'm signed up. I was on the Googles looking for class at the community college. They do have one for me and Rogan. I'm gonna sign us up.
Yeah. How to build that beautiful firewall. And
Computer 101.
Yeah. Build the firewall and make Mexico pay for it. Can't let that happen again, boys. Okay? I can't have that guy invading my channel and then bringing his trash with him. No more Money Matt. No more of his terrible minis. I know how much you like Jordy the Midget.
On guard. Played by Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't like roles for little people.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, not nowadays.
Snooki. Although Snooki's the new Snow White.
Oh, God.
You know who the new Snow White is?
It's a chick, Rachel, what's her name, right?
They're making another one.
2?
Yeah, and it's the girl from the comments section, Brett Cooper.
Oh, okay. Really?
I have no idea who that is.
So,
yeah.
It's not Disney that's making it? Or?
I don't think so. I think it's just another.
Yeah, because it is public
studio.
domain, right?
Yeah,
It's gotta
because
be
and
public domain.
Brett Cooper from the comments section is gonna be Snow White.
Well, they'll do a great job, whoever's doing it.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull up the Googles. The Daily Wire. Well, she used to be on the Daily Wire, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that is.
Let me see.
Is Ben Shapiro.
Brett Cooper.
Double zeros, baby.
I cut that off earlier. Double zeros, baby.
Oh, she's a pretty girl.
And then,
yeah.
Let me see what I can find as far. Brett Cooper as Snow White in The Evil Queen. It's a film.
Yeah, Magnificent Devil says, yeah, the Daily Wire is doing the movie. Yep. Yep, Ben Shapiro's company, yeah. Brett Cooper looks more like Ben Shapiro than Ben Shapiro's sister does.
They were talking about how they might be brother and sister.
Yikes.
Supposed to come out in 2025.
Hey, they make it with a little bit of, I don't know. If it's live action, she should have a little bit of vim and vigor to it, right? She should be a little bit of a little sexy, right?
I would think so.
I mean,
well, they're probably going back to like the original story, so it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be none of that whistle while you work stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Disney, and also the, we're not going to have little people in this movie either because that would be insulting to midgets like Jordy. On guard. On guard. On guard.
Well, it sounds like Jordy might need a job though.
All right. Let's. We're gonna go over to Otto and Rorik.
Hey, thank you, Matt Q. I'm glad you found us.
Yep. Oh, Matty Q. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Look, I'm glad we
And
got
Henry too.
Yeah.
Yep. We
I
have
don't know if he stuck around or not.
Well, Henry, come back if you're there.
Yeah, give us a chance.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, come
We're
on
a little
back.
rough around the edges.
I know you'll find something that interests you, something that you'll say. I'm like, you know what, I see that, or I feel that.
Yeah, hit that like and subscribe before everybody.
All you
signs off
guys do it.
And we have guys in the chat. You should be 100% subscribed. If you're not, what does it matter with you? Okay. Yeah. So to go over again, R.I.P. Shawner. God rest you.
57 likes. Should be a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost a thing. Not a thing. It's free. And you say, nothing's for free. Well, that's free.
Had an invasion. My old foe, Housecock. Money Matt. Go back and watch. I mean, it is Matt C. I mean, you can tell. He talks just like him. I mean, he looks like he lost maybe a little bit of weight, but it is Matt C. He calls himself Money Matt now, trying to sell you overpriced paper minis. $39 for 6 minis. That's almost like paying $30 for 3 dice. Nobody would ever do that.
No, you know what's weird is $30 for 3 20-sided dice that roll only to 10.
Yeah. Well, no, one of them's a die 6 that rolls up to 3.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That is just, I don't even know what to say about that.
Yes. Disco Barbarian, $2. Like and sub, or the Wheatons win.
True story.
Yes. Well said. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. Those of you that want to see a little bit of live play, it's a coming.
Christmas is a coming and the goose is getting fat. That's Bing Crosby for you.
All right, folks.
Thank you, everybody.
Yep. Thank
Thanks
you.
a
Those
lot,
of you
everybody.
guys that
Thank you.
those of you guys that don't like the live play, you can take off now. But for those of you that do like the live play, stick around.
Copenheiser said it's a diet. Hitting the like button.
Jumping on you. Yeah, Burns point. Yeah, exactly.
Amen.
Lord, you're
Hallelujah.
Every point counts. Every point 0.0000002 counts.
Snake goes, Sean. $5. I'm sure Destiny was disappointed with no little people jobs up for grabs at Disney. Yeah. Yes, he is an angry midget. He's an angry little person, as they say, Destiny. And he's a cuck, just like Will, too. Thank you, Sean. Thank you throughout the night, all you guys who super chatted, gave memberships. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
There's a Kickstarter link from Cal.
Yeah, put that up if you would. Yeah, check it out. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know anything about it, but if Cal has my he's got a little authority here. He's got some leeway, so check it out.
He's got our trust.
You have my trust, Cal.
Can you work a firewall?
Better not be. Yeah, I was going to say better not be prawn. Yeah. You may find yourself out of a job there, crazy mouse. All right, guys. Over to Otto and Roland. We go. Everybody else, we'll see you either in a video or next week.
Overkill bought his deck too.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Yeah, we're getting up there. We're getting close to actual break even. Now we still want our goal is like 10 grand. We'd love to make that just to say we did. Trust us, we're not getting rich. So, all right. Take care, those of you that are leaving, but for those of you sticking around. All right. Oh, look who's there.
Oh.
Aurora. Where is she? Where'd she go?
Yes, back to the land of Christopher Lee.
Ah.
Mm.
Did I think about some of the things I've heard about him and seen him say. I would hate to meet up with him in his prime and while I was in my prime. I was a pretty foolhardy individual, pretty stupid. I kind of like pain a little bit. That dude was a killer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. For sure. I mean, he actually did kill people.
He was like cool about it, like giving advice, talking about it. Not braggadocious, but just like.
Oh, yeah. When you're breaking someone's back, it actually sounds like this. How would you know, Christopher? There's my dice.
Don't touch my dice.
Overkill says he's 4 Yinglings in. Let's go.
All right. Yingling, where do you get that at?
No more Gary Busey. You're damn right.
Yeah. Remember last week on the docks, on the dirty docks, the Temple of Set was guarding and they set Tharn to the task. But a scheme was hatched, and sure enough, Crazy Mouse dispatched of his old foe Tharn.
Didn't work out too good for him.
Did not. Now you guys still have Gary Busey, or not Gary Busey, Soraya, and Aurora too, who jumped on the ship once everything settled down after the incident. She's trying to escape. She's like the runaway bride. It's like Smokey and the Bandit. She's fleeing somebody who's trying to marry her, some dandy who said he's not going to give up on her. So, yous guys.
Now you can't leave.
You are. I'm going to make her smaller. I got to make her a little smaller. I know we love her, Raquel Welch, but all right, so you're on a boat, and ostensibly you're headed back to Fagland, whence you came. You know, several months, well, maybe just a month back. Probably wasn't that as long as we think, was it?
You know, we weren't there for very long. Not at all. It was a whirlwind.
Yeah.
You see, when we get ourselves in trouble like that,
you know what? It finds us.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. We're gonna move Soraya. Oh, there she is. My apologies, Otto. I still have to update that. I always feel like, man, I'm forgetting something when I'm doing show prep. That's what I'm forgetting. All right, so boy, this looks like a good double date here.
I don't know.
She's got bags of gold. My guy would say, hey, dude, like, how much for her? she's got enough gold, so I'm gonna be able to buy her from you.
She is not my sister. We were getting the business in the comment section last week about her giving me a kiss for luck.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretending to be my sister.
All right, so let's say this. This is just a boat back to Fagland, okay? Yeah. You've been on boats before. This one seems sturdy and professional, at least, on first blush. You did pay for quarters. There's two cabins. They're very small, of course. You have like the hammock, almost like broom closets, but it's as private as you'll get here.
Right.
Okay.
Does this one still have the bloodstains on the floor?
No. This is another ship. It's another ship, yeah. All right. Well, you tell me. The captain says, off, push off, set sail, and whoosh.
Let me ask you that. I'm certainly damaged. I'm bandaged up, so I'm going to do as much resting as I can to heal.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that takes, but
well, this is probably going to be like was it? I think might have been like a month or so. I think across the ocean. You can probably say that if you just stay in your hammock for, the first bit of the journey, those wounds will be healed up. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So you set sail. Soraya is still suspicious of Aurora.
How so?
Rare.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. She's just a little like. I think she kind of thought like maybe this wasn't going to happen. Like she wasn't going to be on the ship. That you'd be rid of her there. You can kind of tell now she's got that kind of feminine cattiness about her. When they talk, and and Aurora is essentially like she has like a bug out bag on her, and like that's it. And like she came, if you remember last time, with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I do.
So she's a survivor.
Seems like it.
Nice.
Soraya goes to you, Otto, and says, she's going to be after our money. You're not going to fall under her spell, are you?
It's not like that. And it's not our money. It's your money and my money, not our money.
Yes, I know. Speaking of that, we haven't had a proper chance to inventory this, but I don't trust these sailors either.
No one knows we have it.
These people will cut your throat. But maybe we could lock the door and start to count a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so it's just you two in there right now. Maybe we'll say you're on deck.
Sure.
We'll say this is after the first couple days you've rested, but you are, it doesn't mean you have to stay in bed the entire day, but you can go on deck, and we'll say Aurora is with you, and she's kind of like getting to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
So we'll get to you in a moment.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll get to you in a moment, sir. All right, so you've got like 2 large sacks and 2 small sacks, right?
That is correct.
And they are heavy.
That is correct.
You can tell, like, when you heft them down and like set them down, like she gets like a look in her eye, like there's this scene where, like, in the 1930s, this woman was seeing like Hitler probably for like the first time. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yes.
She gets that maniacal,
Yes.
like, is that Fiona? Like, that's kind of like the look she gets in her eyes, like when she's when this gold is like set in front of her, and she kind of like just reaches her hand in and like dramatically lifts it up, and then the coins fall between her fingers, and then she looks at you and then smiles and says, "We're rich, Otto, we're rich."
To be determined. It's in the eye of the beholder.
She's like, "This is all we need." She's like, your land can't be any different from ours. This could buy you a manor, an estate, probably a castle.
It can't buy my friend back.
She's at that moment, she's still reaching into the bag and like smiling, and then she says, "What was that?" "Oh yes. Oh yes, poor Roland." That hits you right here, doesn't it?
It does. Yes,
Right
it
in
does.
right in the feels.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cry about it, though.
Meet Solitaire. Meet the RPG equivalent of Solitaire.
Oh, God. Just don't steal the tips. Don't steal the tips,
please. But yeah, she's looking at you, and she says, "Okay, so how are we going to do this? Divide up the coins equally?"
I tell her, I trust you to count it, and you to split it how you see fit.
Of course. Yeah, she does get serious there. Like, well, of course I would count it.
You divide it how you see fit.
She says, "Now that there is some jewelry in here, I suppose maybe we can just sort of," and she does get a sort of a seductive look in her eyes, and her whole demeanor changes. "Well, perhaps we can work that out, the jewelry and such." Jeffrem, take care. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.
Absolutely. Good night.
Yep. Yeah, you can tell this girl can turn on the charm. She is a pro. Okay. So yeah, Soraya's just says, "Yeah, we'll get to that, once we get the coinage counted up." Okay. So she starts taking it out, and she's like, "I will need some help, with space. When I take it out of this sack, you can put it back in, And she actually has she finds like a little quill and paper. She says, "Believe it or not, for a slave girl, I was taught to write and know my sums and figures."
That's good.
And using kind of a combination of symbols and hash marks and stuff. It's like a kind of a weird, system she has, but it must work for her. She starts counting it out, but it takes a long time.
There's a lot of it.
Yep. You find that maybe you both have to take breaks, so they come out of the room together, and see maybe you and Aurora just kind of looking over the railing.
Yeah,
maybe?
talking.
Yeah. Aurora kind of asks you, Rorik. She's like, "So, just a man at arms, a sword for hire. Is that what you are?"
Yeah. No.
She says, "Have you been employed already by, maybe you see Otto like kind of walking up,
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yes.
You can tell she kind of like says, it kind of has a look like, oh, I'm happy for you, but damn, on her face. All right, so now you guys are all together. Soraya is looking chipper and says, so what's new up on deck? Looks like the scenery hasn't changed because obviously you're out on the ocean now.
We thought we saw some large fish coming out of the water a little bit. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Soraya says, oh, those are whales. Big?
Yes, very, absolutely.
Yes. I've seen them in books.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The temple where I was, they had many books. And in between servicing people, I used it. I gained knowledge.
You must have been pretty busy there. Gaining knowledge.
I was. But some of that knowledge paid off in the end. And she gets like a smirk on her face. You can tell Aurora's a little distasteful of her.
I don't like that she just lumped my friend in with all these people she serviced.
I imagine not. I'm
going to go over to the railing off on my own a little bit.
Okay. And she gives you time on her own. And Soraya then just kind of makes small talk.
Yeah, I was going to talk to both the ladies. Yeah. I'm looking at myself, got a blonde over here, got the redhead over here. It's a Rourke sandwich.
Yes, yeah, I was going to say. Don't turn around and show everybody your boner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would look almost just like it does on screen. Soraya is asking, like, so this Civ, what's it like? Is that where everybody stays? Or she's like, oh, why am I asking you? I should be asking my friend. You've never been up north, have you?
No, I haven't. Yeah. I have a feeling that this is going to be an adventure, though.
She says, oh, yes, quite. Soraya says, well, should we talk now? Are we staying together when we get there? I certainly hope so. I mean, she kind of grabs Aurora, who's kind of like walked away a little, but kind of like pulls her over and says, I mean, Aurora and I need protection. Aurora just kind of goes along with it a little bit.
Absolutely.
Are they similar in age?
Aurora's a little bit older, I'd say probably like 4 or 5 years older.
Okay.
She's probably in her late 20s.
Well, that I remember because she was there with her mother.
Yeah. Yep. And Soraya's probably in her early to mid 20s. Yeah. So, and you can tell too, there's a certain sense of immaturity in Soraya.
I'll ask Aurora. What about Civ? That our landing spot. Do you know much about it?
Or ask Aurora that?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
She says, "Oh, it's just like every other port, but it has its virtues. I like it. The swamp air at night sometimes is heavy upon you." And she said, "Carlsfell is large. I've been at least that far north.
That's a big city."
Oh yes, quite. She says, "I believe I heard on the way down here." She says, "Believe it or not, the winds took me on the way down here with your new companion." She points to Otto. I believe he's from Carlsfell."
Oh, Kismet.
Yeah. And she says, "Don't worry, Soraya. I think I know Otto's a man of honor, and I think he'll do what's right and take care of things here." She says, "Well, I hope so." She says, "Well, speaking of that, we have certain tasks to finish up. We shouldn't be too long. Perhaps we can meet up here for dinner."
Sure.
She comes over to you, Otto. You're by yourself, maybe at the back of the ship. She kind of walks slow and says, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine.
"Well, why don't we finish that up? It shouldn't take much longer. Just the last bit of coinage and then the jewelry."
Sounds good.
All right. So you see them walk and go to their the cabin. I don't want to say their cabin
Right.
because she's with Aurora, and so you close the door, and she starts counting the rest of the coinage. It is thousands and thousands of essentially like the gold piece equivalent is probably like 5,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. It reminds me of that scene in Breaking Bad when Skylar shows Walt the money in the storage unit, and he's like, "How much is here?" And she goes, "I have no godly idea.
Yeah.
I can't count it."
She says, "Well, this is the rest of the jewelry, and there's a couple of things. There's most of this has like snake motif on it. So one is like a stick pin of a snake with like tiny emerald eyes in the snake.
Kind of like the Hand of the King pin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very, very good. Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, so she looks at that and passes it to you. Has a bracelet. It looks almost like a bracer that has, ornately carved like snakes on it. And she says, "Too big for me." She says, "Yours if you want it." And when you look at it, it looks like it might indeed fit over your wrist should you choose it. And then she has there's a solid band necklace of like a snake. In gold. So it's kind of like kind of flat. Maybe like an inch high. Almost, I guess, like those chokers that girls wear, like the black, it kind of has like that sort of like shape to it, only it's like ornately carved. And she puts it on and, says, "What do you think?" And she does look, very seductive with it on.
I'll say it looks very nice on you.
And then she's going to get it off, and then she says, "Hey, I can't, the snakes on the necklace move, like the drawing, like the carvings of the snake on the necklace start to slither." She looks at you with almost like a child, like a desperate, like, "Help me." As you can see, it's choking her to death.
I will, spin her around and try to unlock it in the back, how it was put on.
You're pulling like it should come undone, but it doesn't look like it's coming undone.
I'll use like my dagger to try to like get in between her neck and the choker and try to get it off that way.
When you try to put it in, you find you're cutting right into the skin. There's literally no room. She's turning now blue, and she has a look of just utter fear and panic and terror in her eyes. And these snakes are just now slithering on, opposite sides. It's like they're crossing. It's
like a boa constrictor.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything in your abilities you can try to do.
Open lock.
Okay. I'll tell you.
I think that'd be like the closest thing.
The thing is, this is very difficult. So there would be a 10% penalty. So what is your open lock?
It's 40.
40? Okay. I tell you what. Let's give these guys a little drama. I'll make sure you're not on camera if you want to roll over here. Okay. Just a moment. Just come over this way. Yeah. And you will be perfectly fine. You'll be fine if you just stay beyond this point. All right. So do you see where the let me back this up a little bit. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, you're still good. All right, so blue is first, and what are we looking for?
Doesn't matter.
Go ahead, throw the. Yeah, that was a 95. Wow. Okay. Ouch.
It was 30 is what we were looking for.
30 was looking. Okay. Yeah, and you used up your reroll, right?
I just rolled a 13 in my pot. I did use. Someone in the chat asked last week, what was the reroll for?
Yeah.
Once per level, Double D gives us one reroll.
Yeah. Kind of there to save the bacon, and that's just a nod to the fact that this isn't entirely a traditional gaming experience. It's a little bit, mostly that, but a little bit of entertainment too. So we want these guys to give them just a little bit of an edge. But as you saw with Roland, I don't pull punches, if they're going to fight somebody, so they got to use it wisely, and sometimes the dice are just not in your favor. Okay, Otto. She darts her hand out towards you and has a look in her eye, and
I'm going to look through the treasure to see if there's anything else like that could maybe help. Like I'm thinking the pin, will the stick pin unlock that thing in the back?
Okay. Well, that are you going to try?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. When you bring the stick pin like towards the back of the lock, almost like a magnet, it flies towards it and immediately releases the necklace. And she is there's immediate like relief, but then just immediate like choking. And she's in tears, but like she's literally like swatting the ground. And she is like,
as air is coming back into her lung, right?
Yeah. All right, so color's coming back to her. She's not blue anymore. And she just kind of crawls over there and is you can tell she's just totally freaked out. And
you reading the plot twist?
Yeah, plot twist.
Yeah, I saw that too. Go to Roland's corpse. He just smiles. Yeah, but she can't speak so good right now, but she crawls over to you on her hands and knees and grasps your hands and just says, "Thank you. Oh, thank you."
Cutscene.
Yeah. What do you do? I mean, afterward, she's terrified. Like she's just still, catching her.
Like I'm just thinking, like, all right, so the necklace is cursed, the bracelet's probably cursed. The stick pin needs to stay with these things unless we want to torture some poor soul at an open market. What other things are in here that like need to be inventoried? Like I don't want this gold. I was never in it for the treasure to begin with, but it's all cursed. Maybe we should leave some gold out on the deck in a dishonest place so that a dishonest person finds it, and see what happens.
Like a guinea pig.
Yeah, and see what happens to them.
All right, so after about 2 hours, she can talk like this. Okay. In fact, Aurora says to you, like, boy, they've been in there for a while. Like, dinner's a cooking. They got the cook pots, going down there. Should we get them?
I'll get them a little bit here. I'm just gonna swing her hammer for them.
All right. She says, well, she's like, I'm gonna go down and get something to eat. I'm starved. She's like, well, I'll meet you back up here. So you're by yourself for the moment. So if you want to check,
I'll check.
You hear a knock on the door?
I'll check. Hey guys, Dinner's.
Why on earth would you not go to dinner with that beautiful lady?
Oh, because I'm getting paid the gold from you.
It's immediate that something's wrong with Soraya. Her color is just a little bit off.
Right.
And she just, is talking like that.
I'll look at Otto and look at her and look at Otto again. I'm thinking to myself, he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would choke a girl.
Maybe sensing that, she points on the ground to the cursed necklace. Set.
Oh, no.
Yes.
You're lucky to be alive.
He saved me.
I
owe him my life.
So what are you going to do with this?
She just kind of sinks her head into her chest. Otto, what are you going to do?
Like I said, I'm going to put, 50 of this gold in one of the small bags.
Why?
To donate it.
Are you concerned that the gold itself might be?
I'm concerned about all of it.
You did give me some gold.
30, but nothing's happened to you. And have you spent any of it?
Yeah.
You would have, for sure.
Yeah. And for the choker, excuse the pun, but that's an easy task right there. Melt it down.
I don't know. What else is in there, Double D? A choker, a bracelet.
Okay. Like a bracer. It almost looks like a bracer. It's a big, thick one. There are some rings too. Now they look more like thick, they're like class rings. They're like big, gaudy ones. You can tell as you're kind of like sorting them out. Like she has no interest in any of that jewelry anymore. She doesn't even want to look at it. But yeah, there are some nice sized, like we'll say 5. Like 5 nice sized rings with various jewels in them.
I put all those in the bag, in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
The choker, the pin, the bracer, the 5 rings.
Mm-hmm.
Was there something else? Anything else? Jewelry wise?
The pin.
That's
yeah,
included.
You said it, yeah. There is another like loose gold necklace. That's not like
Try this on.
It's not a choker. Yeah.
That goes in the bag
Again, and all this stuff kind of has like the Temple of Set markings on it, like the snake motif. Yep.
So when you said they were after you guys, I can see why.
Yeah, this stuff's very valuable. It can be very valuable to the right people.
This could be valuable to anybody.
She says, let's keep the coin and ditch the rest. Let's throw the choker into the ocean. Nobody should have to go through what I just went through.
When we get to land, we can put it on a stone and I can smash it down then they can melt it.
She says, if you say so.
Overkill, what's appraisal? What do you mean? Like a feat?
Yeah, you should take a look if you have the like a percentage skill for it. Is there an appraise in there?
Yeah. Appraise. 1 die, 2 die 6.
1 to 2 on a die 6, yeah. So if you want to roll a die 6.
6.
Okay, yeah. So it's hard to get a value, an exact value. But you'd put the rings, maybe 50 gold piece value, perhaps. Some a little higher, some a little lower. The gold necklace, maybe 100. The choker and pin, it's hard to put a value on. You can't. And of course, those are just wild ass guesses on your part. The bracer too, because you're not sure like what's going on with that. It looks very simple, but But it also has the same kind of markings as like that choker necklace did.
Right.
The same kind of engraved snake. Surly says, then a mermaid takes the choker.
Yeah.
Oh, look what I found. Oh! Thanks for littering, guys.
Toss it in the sea if you want.
We're going to hold on to it. Keep it in the sack. All those rings, choker, necklace, bracer, safety pin, go in one bag.
All right. Yeah, you can get a separate little bag for that.
Well, we have 4 bags total. We'll just
you hear a knock on the door. Hey, it's Aurora.
I got this.
Well, I can just throw a sheet over the whole bed, you know?
All right.
And
that's fine.
then, you know, we can be leaving.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go up and get something to eat.
I'll get the door. I'll get the door.
Yeah, we'll all head to the door, all of us, and then, you know, you can open it and talk to Aurora. Me and Sarai are going to go upstairs and get something to drink.
Well, actually down. It would be down into the crew quarters. Aurora just says, I was just looking. Then she looks oddly at Soraya, and Soraya just doesn't say anything, just kind of walks right past her. She looks at you and says, is she okay?
Those, you know, I don't know.
All right.
Oh, I won't say anything. Not in front of anybody. But so, how did you eat already? Don't tell me you ate already.
No, it's getting cold.
All right, let's go.
All right. So,
I'm going to completely, as we go, I'm going to completely flood her with more questions about her land and that to try to, you know.
Let me ask you this. Is there anything else, like, now that you have everything inventoried, as far as the treasure goes, is there anything you wanted to do? You said you were going to hold on to that, right?
Yeah. You said there was gems too, or
like gemmed rings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just gold in those
necklaces.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, and the
so
the
no
gem
actual
rings.
gems, just the gems.
No,
in the
just
rings.
they're gems, but they're in rings.
When we're me and Sarai are by herself, and I'll say, "What do you want to do with this money?" I have less interest in it than you.
She seems to have undergone a bit of a bit of a change of heart. She says, "Well, he has, she does point wisely. He's had some. I doubt the gold is cursed. They use this to pay people, in the city. I know that for a fact. Those other cursed items, she won't even look at it. That might be another story. But there's no reason to divest ourselves of this when our lives could be better."
That's fine. And how much do you want? When we go to Civ, we're going our separate ways, yes?
Oh, if that's what you want. You can tell there's disappointment in her voice. She was like, I was kind of hoping I could...
I'm going back in character. I'm thinking of the comment about how many men she serviced and just how like Roland was just like one of those guys and just like lumped in there now.
Yep. Understood. High body count. She says, I suppose we could give a portion to your new man-at-arms, and even that Aurora, I suppose. She's not that bad after all. If she needs some money, it sounds like she's fleeing from someone too.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I'll leave it up to you to divide. How's that? And then she gets a little professional, but not like, snotty. She just says, then I suppose, yes, we'll go our separate ways.
Okay.
She says, I've never had trouble attracting men that can protect me.
See, right there, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But she is almost kind of saying it like, I don't, you didn't fire me. I quit.
So while they're doing that,
look who just wait. Hold on a second. Check this out.
All right.
Hola. From
Hola.
Arkansas. Jeff Hatch, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Interesting show, Jeff. If you just tuned in, might want to go back. That's all I'm saying.
I'll talk to Aurora, and I will, I'll honestly just kind of ask questions about her.
Yeah. Well, basically, she's saying, She drinks a little too much, at times, maybe has a little too fun, but doesn't try to hurt anyone. You're getting kind of the vibe that she's a good-hearted soul, but, isn't afraid to let loose, I guess. Maybe not in the way Soraya does.
Right. I tell you, I compliment her on that. That's a good life.
Yeah. She also says, like, you saw that guy, right? My betrothed.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, what was that about? I mean, like, for real.
Long story. He is a noble, down there.
He is a noble, but not very noble.
Well, she says part of it's my fault. She says I let him on, and for a while I did like him, but I'm not one for settling down, not at my age. She's like, I want to go, I want to explore, I want to do things.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I always thought I fought with groups of people, cut my teeth in that right there. And I wanted to join this mercenary band. These guys were the shit, and I thought that would be the life. And, hey, I don't know much else. I can swing a hammer. I don't have a problem killing somebody. I certainly have moral standards, but just like this right here, like, this is cool. I enjoy this. Living life, I kind of like that.
She says, I can tell you have a good heart about you. She's like, well, I won't saddle you with my presence if you don't want, but if there is a desire, maybe we could at least travel a little bit together for a while when we reach this land.
We get sly, so let's make a promise to each other. Let's make a promise.
All right.
Pinky
swear.
I got a necklace I can give you as a promise.
It's a promise.
I'll smile. And it's kind of joking. I said, I tell you what, I won't break your heart if you don't break mine. In a joking way.
She says, all right.
All right.
She kind of looks at you like cagily, but with a little wry smile on her face.
It's kind of like, comic untension there, whatever.
Maybe you sit at some point, you see those two, walking up, and she says, I'd say something changed on her.
I'd agree.
All right. Do you guys want to montage it? Just montage back to Fagland, unless there's anything else you wanted to do on the boat.
Can't think of anything.
Very good. We'll pick up there next time as you guys reach the port of Civ. Several weeks pass. Of course, all your ills are healed up.
How about her voice?
Her voice does come back after a week.
I bet that neck is just bruised.
Purple. Yeah, it's purple. She wears like a high-collared shirt. In fact, this is where Aurora steps up. She loans her like a shirt to wear too. So she has two that she can rotate.
And a scarf?
And a scarf too, yeah. So
I like that scarf.
For the last couple of weeks, how was she with me on the boat? Since I told her separately.
They're always very respectful because you can tell she almost owes you something, but almost like she doesn't want to get attached anymore because she knows you're going to be leaving. You can kind of sense it.
Okay.
It's like you're playing that Mac Davis song, Baby, Baby, Don't Get Hooked on Me. Girl, you're getting that look in your eye.
Underrated.
Oh, yeah.
Underrated.
It's starting to worry me. I ended up becoming friends with them, but when I worked at a accounting firm in the 90s, I got there. The one guy I ended up befriending, like, he loved that song. He's like, yeah, Mac Davis, man. Crazy. All right, guys, it's late, and we're going to let you go. Thank you hardcores that stuck around. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for all the super chats, guys. I really do appreciate it.
Very generous.
Go back and watch the show if you just came in. We had a surprise visitor.
Watch the video. If you have to stop it, rewind it, watch it, because maybe there's things on there that we didn't see.
Missed.
Yeah.
But also, Jeff, I hope everything is good from your move, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, you said it's his second day in town.
Yep. All right, Jeff, take care. All the rest of you, take care. Thanks again for sticking around. Peace, love, and talk soon.
Peace.
to understand more to rule. My time is now. I will choose in my heaven. Say my name when you pray to the sky. See Carolus rise. To the sky. It's not the maker. Make a vow to the rain. To the sky. See Carolus rise. To the sky. See Carolus rise.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.